Did you know Bond students have been in every Olympics since '92? How do they do it? Bond is known for its prowess in the sporting domain. With incredible facilities throughout campus, it means you can easily transition from this to this. Sport is alive and well at Bond University.
Welcome, ladies and gents, to round 11 QAFL action. My name's Kane Brown, joined here today by great man Jack Barry. Welcome, Jack. How are you?
Yeah, great, Kane. Looking really forward to this big game. Two finals contenders for sure.
Well, very interesting contest. First bounce, here we go. Both ruckmen go up. Pacquiao looked like he got the tap out. No one can be a clear winner on that occasion. Umpire comes in. First stoppage of the afternoon. 16 seconds in. Looks like a beautiful day for footy, Jack.
Beautiful day. You couldn't get a park around the ground when I was there a little bit earlier this morning, so yeah, should be a beauty.
Okay, play continues. Stellard's in there locking that ball up.
See, Will Martin's coming to the side for the Gorillas today, so he'll be a player to watch, number 11.
No, definitely. He's one of those up-and-coming stars of the league. Looks like Sullivan taps the ball in forward 50, rolling towards the goal square, 1-on-1. Who can win this out? Brown's down there for Redland-Victoria point. Ball rolling towards the boundary line. Brown forces the player over the line. First boundary throw in.
The umpires today, Frank Rayson, Matt Bellina and Tyler Higson as the umpire ready to throw the ball up here at Totally Workwear Park. Umpire throws it in. Rucks contest. Up they go. Tap forward. Shark there by the Sharks. But then grabbed. The umpire says free kick. And it'll be a free kick in the back pocket going towards Wilston Grange.
Well, Wilston Grange have been playing pretty good footy this year. Both these sides have been playing good footy. They're in that sort of bottom half of the top six. Trying to get another win on the board. Sullivan lays a solid tackle. Locks that ball in once more. Just outside forward 50 for the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks. Ball gets thrown up. Wilson Grange, no clear winner. Gordon was in there for Grange. Again, that could have been a throw. Play on, says the umpire. Ball just rolling around. Numbers are probably with the Sharks. Kick inside 50 to the goal square. Hammerman's there. Could that be a free kick? Yes, it is. And it looks like it's going to Hammerman.
Well, here's a player to watch. You know, the reigning Ray Hewson medalist and into the stateside. So he looks like he's going to snap this one around the corner, Kane. But this is going to be a good start for the Redland-Victoria Point.
Well, Hammerman, he kicked over 100 goals last year. That's the first one on the board for the Sharks. 2.5 minutes played. They lead the game by 6 points. Wilson Grange yet to score.
So again, a great start. They won that early clearance through O'Sullivan, and that got that ball down there, and they've been able to play that. You know, the first 2.5 minutes really in their forward 50, and they've been able to get a goal out of it. So good start to the Sharks.
They're a fairly short backline, Wilson Grange, so the likes of Hamilman and who else we got down there? I mean, there's a number of players. Clay Cameron, who obviously came back into the side at the end of the start of this year. So they've got a couple of big bodies down there, the Sharks, so they could dominate forward 50 if they get enough ball in there. Here come the Gorillas, though. First inside 50 for the day, and guess who? It's William. Last line defence. Play continues now.
Looks like Annabelle.
Looks like Annabelle. He had a pretty good year last year. That grand final took a pretty solid mark and kicked a really good goal. Play continues. The Gorillas coming back into traffic. That's a better kick. Inside attacking 50. And it looks like it's in the hands of number 32, Marley McGregor.
Yeah, McGregor has been a great acquisition since coming down from NT. Still only a youngster, but starting to build up a really good portfolio here at the Gorillas.
No, there's a number of players. Richardson's in the side as well this week. He got picked in the Allies squad. Kick inside. Looks like that's going to be pushed to the left though. Minor score. 5 points the margin. Just over 4 minutes played.
Yeah, good build up there by the Gorillas. Martin, that clever win out of the middle of the ground.
Looks like Williams back there kicking it out. Looking for Huddy. Just pulls his opponent off the ball in Baker. So that'll be a free kick going to the Gorillas. He's had a really solid start to the year, Baker. Baker now. That kick inside 50 isn't a great one. Numbers are with the Sharks. Bit of a fumble. They've got to be clean here. Here they come. Kicks down the broadcast side wing. Looks like Cameron there for the Sharks. Not a lot going inside 50. Hammelman's working his way back. That kick is going to get cut off. No, drops the mark he probably should have taken. Matheson's there for the Gorillas, trying to lay a tackle. Good, solid tackle there. Locks that ball in.
Well, the Sharks let off the hook there. I thought it could have been a bit of a turnover, but he couldn't hold the mark there and then have been able to cause a stoppage, so a ball up in the middle of the ground.
They got away with that one, the Sharks. They could have been rebounded very quickly from the half-back line of the Gorillas. Gorillas trying to win possession, but it looks like, no, the Gorillas do have possession. Handball over the top. They've got a bit of run and carry going. Where's this kick going to go? About 60 out towards the boundary line. Rolls over.
Yep, Lanthos just on the left there, just driving that ball forward. He's another player to watch. There's young Lanthos into the Queensland squad for this year. And, of course, we don't forget, we've got the big state match next week. Tassie travelling up here to play Queensland at Bond University.
Oh, geez. Absolutely pumped for that contest next week. No love lost between those two states. Great game last year down at North Hobart. The Tassie boys just got over the line in the end. As play continues here, Gorillas forcing that ball inside 50 once more. Good pick up there. Good tackle by William, though. Locks that ball in there once more. Still 5 points the margin here. 6, just a tick over 6 minutes played. Play continues. That kick's going nowhere towards the boundary line. Aston looks like he's going to get a free kick. That's Campbell.
Well, we've got a couple of number changes here for the sheet that we've got. Okay, so we'll double check on some of those Grange numbers that we've got.
Well, it looks like Brock Aston's missing. Looks like he might have been lining up for Southport this weekend in the VFL. Hammelman makes a good contest with Baker. Here's the turnover. What can the Sharks do here? They've got an extra number if they want to use it. Decide to go on his own. That kick towards 50, no one at home. Rolls over the boundary line, pardon me.
Bit of an opportunity on begging there. I think a nicer kick inside 50 would have been what they're after. They've got distance, they've got territory, so let's see if they can hold that ball in there and get that much needed second goal.
Well, Cameron was working his way back towards the goal square. Unfortunately, his teammate didn't see him. Big contest between these two this afternoon. Play continues. Ball gets thrown in. No one really won that ruck contest. Ball just rolling around. Matheson gets the clearance. Kicks towards that far side wing. Packow's in there for the Sharks. Play on, says the umpire. Handball finds Stallard. Stallard, that kick inside 50 is not too bad. Is that a Shepherd? No, Hammelman's actually given away the free kick. It was a 3-on-1. He had to do something. As play continues now. Matheson. He's had plenty of the ball in 2024. He's been picked in the state side for next week, I believe. He's in the squad at least. So, good year so far by the Beast. As that kick inside 50, Williams couldn't juggle the mark. Play continues here. Handball over the top towards the boundary line. O'Sullivan's got another touch. He's had a few early. Good contest there. First to recover is one of the Sharks players, though. Good attack on the footy by both teams. That ball could be locked up. Players dive on it. Umpire says, give it to me, boys. I'm going to throw that one up.
Yeah, both teams already sorting each other out. The forward pressure's going to come into play today as they can get their games played in their forward half. Billy Richardson wearing jumper number 7 is the young bloke we want to look forward to.
Billy Richardson. Jeez. Play continues. Campbell Aston. That kick's gone way too wide. Looking for Cameron. Out on the full.
Brock Austin out of the side, and then Campbell. That gives you an opportunity to play a little bit more on ball, and really looking forward to watching him play today. A really good ball user and can rack up the possessions.
Well, he's had a pretty solid year, Campbell, on that. Plays generally off the wing. Kick inside's okay. Play continues. Pushing it wide. Where's the next kick going? That's the question I'm asking. Play just inside 50. Players go up. Hammelman was playing in front. Cameron's there as well. Lays a pretty solid tackle. Stoppage about 45 out from the Sharks' goal.
Yeah, Pettigrew just in there trying to stop Cameron from taking that mark.
9.5 minutes played. That ball's not going anywhere either.
Also looking forward to watching Jack Manley back down from the VFL for the Gorillas.
That kick towards the boundary line, is it going to stay in? Yes, it does. Just. Huddy, again, their probably main go-to ruckman in Huddy, but he's been able to push forward at times this year, make it very uncomfortable for back lines of the opposition. So he's kicked a few goals. Cameron's kicked a few. Likes of Brown and Hamilman down there as well. Brown kicked 50 goals last year. I don't know how he didn't make the team of the year. Huddy won the tap out on that occasion, but it looks like the Gorillas are going to get the clearance. So up and under kick. Play's going to come together. Now, that was touched right on the line, but it looks like it was over. So that's going to be a free kick to the Sharks. About 55 out on the boundary line. This might just go straight to the goal square. Looking for Hamilman, looking for Cameron. And it looks like it's Cameron on this occasion. Yeah. Takes a solid one-on-one mark.
Yeah, got that front spot there, Kane didn't, and he just took a big, strong, got those vice-like grip and took a strong mark and gets a shot on goal to put them 13 points up if he can kick it.
Well, they've had a pretty solid start, the Sharks. Few inside 50s have dominated forward half in this first quarter. Comes in now, right foot kick. That's over the goal umpire's hat. That's goal number 2 for the Sharks. First one of the afternoon to Clay Cameron.
So that's 11 points up. So a good start to the Sharks at home. This is going to be a really big test for both. As I think, Kane, as you know, you call all your football this year in the QAFL. This looks like to be the round of the season. All the top teams are playing each other, and the ones that are fighting for that top 6 spot, they're up against each other as well.
Well, we've had a number of sides who've been undefeated up to this point, and all of a sudden these sides are coming together, having to play each other, and it's very interesting to see who can get on top in those sort of games and really take a huge step forward come the back end of the year towards finals. This play continues now. Both ruckman Huddy tried to get second touch on it. Matheson got a handball out. Looks like he was held. So that's going to be a free kick. Another clearance for Matheson, former Lions player. That's a good grab. Rook. Well, very good performer has Rook been the last probably 18 months. Much improved. They went down that prelim final last year. This is a replay of the preliminary final from last year.
You're right, the Sharks 57-point winners that particular day. So
Hamilman, I think, kicked 5 or 6, kicked 100 for the year. That kick towards goal. That's the first goal of the afternoon for the Gorillas.
Yeah, a real fairy tale sort of final series for the Gorillas last year, but they'll be looking to capitalise this year under Brent Maloney. They've really managed their list quite well. You know, they have got players that play up in the VFL, and they've got players playing in the academy, and players playing, in a few areas, and Queensland players, academy players. So, but they've really managed their list really, really well. The group out there, and so I think he's played had to play a lot of young players over the years, but they've got some 40, 50 games under themselves, so they should be really looking forward to a big season this year.
Well, the likes of Baker and Mann and Butterick, Westerberg's in there, Billy Richardson, obviously. You got Bowles, McFadden, McGregor, Matheson, Misford, Pettigrew. So you're right, Jack. They've definitely got the mates of a very good team this year. Looks like that's going to be a free kick going to the Sharks for holding. Beautiful day for footy.
And of course, the Sharks making their State League Grand Final for the first time last year has got plenty to prove, and want to get back there again this year.
No, you're definitely right there, Jack, as that kick probably going to be cut off across half-back. They had the extra number, the Gorillas, but it looks like Redland's working a little bit harder. That punch clear, not at the best of contacts, but that gets pushed over the boundary line. So, left forward pocket for the Sharks. They've dominated possession. They've dominated field position this first quarter. 14 and a half minutes played. 5 points the margin in favour of the Sharks. Cameron's lurking around this contest here. Can he get his hands on the footy? No, that handball over the top's okay. Gets on the left foot, looking for Hamilman. Oh, dropped his head, dropped the mark he should have taken. Hamilman could have cleaned him up, decided not to. That ball gets pushed over the line, about 80 metres out from the Sharks' goal.
Yeah, certainly feeling the pressure up forward and the dangerous. Hamilman's around and lurking around, so.
You got Cameron, you got Brown, you got Hamilman. Very dangerous forward line setup. That ball gets thrown back in. Huddy starting to dominate the ruck contest. Ball gets held up right on forward 50. And looks like O'Sullivan's lining up on Matheson, which is a really solid contest. Speaking of which, O'Sullivan lays a tackle. That ball gets held up once more. Now, bit of push and shove off the ball by the looks of it. That's going to be a free kick going to Baker. Baker, short kick to Matheson. Play on, says the umpire. Another short kick. Ends up in the hands of Mills. Sorry, that's not Mills. Got the wrong team sheet there.
Rightio,
that's going to be 50 as well. Running over the mark. The free kick's gone to, Lanthoys. He's a Queensland representative this year as well. We've got a number of Queensland reps in this side. Bowles, Matheson and Lanthoys. Lanthoys lined up for his first goal of the afternoon. Comes in. Left foot kick. Pushing out to the right. Didn't come back enough, so that's a minus score. This play continues. Ball gets pushed, could be cut off. Huddy ends up with it. Handballs it back. Running down this broadcast side wing, not a lot of places to go. Handballs it back to Huddy. That ball was smothered. Matheson, handball's a bit of a hospital handball. And Pacquiao lays a solid tackle. Looks like Pearce is in the ruck. He's had a pretty solid start to the season as well for Grange. Up and under kick, forces man under the ball. Had a solid effort. No one at home though. That's got to be a throw. Yes, it is. Yeah, free kick going to the Sharks.
Great pressure by the Sharks there. They look to rebuild in defence.
That ball's going to stay on that far side wing. Ends up in the hands of the young man in Smith.
There's a whistle downfield there, Kane.
Now, what's going on here? Is that a free kick going to Hamilman?
Put the hands out, waiting for it. He wants it.
He was the closest one to the footy.
Westerberg said, I don't want to give him a free shot on goal. I'll give it to someone else.
Oh, Hamilman. Well, that's going to be it's going to be the easiest kick he's had all day. He's still going to be about 30 metres out, though. Line up for the Sharks' third and his second. Hamilman, one of the best kicks I've seen for a long, long time. Very consistent in his action. Comes in, right foot kick. That's over the goal umpire's head again. Hamilman gets his second. And the Sharks have their third.
Well, a great start to the Sharks. You know, a little bit. I'm not sure what happened downfield, whether there's a little bit of ill discipline or something, or a late tackle. But Hamilton doesn't need too many chances to make the most of it. He kicks his second, and this great full forward that we've got up here in Queensland. We spoke before. He's won himself a medal in the VFL. Neefel leading goal kicker, and now QAFL leading goal kicker. So he's certainly one of the premier state league leading goal kickers across the country.
No, you're definitely right there, Jack. And the consistency he's had over a long period of time is almost staggering. Consistently kicking big numbers week to week. And that's the thing too, when Hamilton suddenly becomes a vocal point, when they've brought in the likes of Cameron, it just frees up, you know. Cameron all of a sudden gets the second best backman rather than the first, and he can get off the chain very quickly as well and kick big numbers. That's not going to be play on. Aston wanted to play on. Free kick's gone to Pacquiao in that ruck contest.
sporting the blonde locks today.
Well, it's good when you can sport the locks, mate. I can't sport anything these days. I've
looks-
got nothing on top.
Looks good.
Back out, play on. That ball, about 35 out. Again, the Gorillas backline under immense pressure. Brown lays that tackle.
Yeah, good forward pressure by Brown. You spoke about him earlier, Kane. He's that really good forward for them. Probably sometimes underrated, but I'm sure not at the Sharks.
Well, you had Hamilman kick over 100 and he kicked over 50. So you got 150 goals between those two. No wonder they made the grand final. That kick on goal, gone, just sneaks in for a minor score.
And it's all those other things he brings to it, the tackling, this thing. He just won that footy off the ruck contest and then gives a nice handball out for a shot on goal. So playing a really good forward role.
That small forward, just so important to be able to put tackling pressure on. Wilston Grange decide to play on. That's a great contest. He's worked so hard to get across to that. Look at his teammates get around him. That was Murdoch on that occasion.
Yeah, the crowd's up and about here at Totally Workwear Park.
Looks like a very nice crowd at the ground this afternoon. That ball gets thrown back in quickly. Pacquiao couldn't get to the front. Pearce did, got his hands on it. Feeds the handball out. Clearing kick right into the middle of the ground. Who's going to win this contest? Handball back. Puts the body pressure on. Good effort by the Sharks though. But that's going to be a free kick. Gorillas decide to play on quickly. Gordon has it. Handballs over the top. That kick inside 50 is a pretty good one.
Yeah, Manly teaming up with Will Martin there, getting another nice little build up here.
That kick quickly inside 50. That left foot snap on goal. What a goal.
That's Bowles.
That's Bowles. Victoria Point's black line was just a little bit, kept one eye closed on that occasion. Wasn't quite sure he was going to be manning them up. And he just waltzed through, picked it up, and good snap on goal in the end.
It was clever play by, he starts way back with a free kick to Jack Manley, who spread it out wide and opened up the game, stretched it out towards Will Martin, who got a nice kick inside forward 50, and then Bowles didn't need much room, so he's run off from the wing down to kick himself a goal.
Well, they needed that one back. They haven't had a lot of opportunities in this first quarter, but they've definitely taken them. They've probably had 3 inside 50s and got 2 goals out of it. So, well done to the Gorillas. That margin closes back to 5 points. 22 and a half minutes played as play continues here. Aston's in there for the Sharks. Couldn't get clean possession of the footy, so that's going to be another stoppage.
Young Richardson gone into the ruck against Lamana Pacquiao.
Well, that's an interesting one. Richardson's probably got the height advantage. But what do they lose forward of the footy? Oh, look at Pacquiao. Oh, gets the ball back. Not sure where to go. Just lays the right foot kick. That's okay. Ball's going to go to the goal square. 1-on-1. Hamilman. Now, who's got the free kick on that occasion? Looks like it's going to the Gorillas, and that was Huddy in the goal square actually on that occasion.
Yeah, good work by Carbone to kick that ball inside 50 to put them under pressure, but unfortunately for the Sharks, it was a holding free against.
Well, they're just working their way out here, the Gorillas, from the last line of defence. They've had 5 or 6 clean possessions. Now, where does this kick go? Not the best of kicks. That's a worm burner. Play on, says the umpire. Stallard, unfortunately, caught him too high.
New Bowles once again.
He's had the ball a fair bit in this first quarter. There's Bowles. Bowles with that left foot kick. 1-on-1. Who's back there for the Gorillas? Forward of the footy. They've got the extra number. That ball's going to beat everyone over the boundary line.
Jake Chapman, number 2 for Redland-Victoria Point. Really, since transferring over from Morningside, is playing that small defender role in his second year at the club and doing a really good job this year. Also, they brought in the veteran Thompson. So 2 smalls in their defence, but both can attract the footy, no worries at all.
Well, it's Pacquiao in the ruck against Richardson. Pacquiao got the tap out on that occasion. Stallard lays a tackle. Again. Looks like it's a free kick to the Gorillas. Just caught him high. Stallard looks a little bit confused. Not sure why that free kick was made. Play on. Players go up. Williams, Dinger's hand on the foot. He got lucky on that occasion. Just rolls to the right of the goalpost. Minor score going to the Gorillas. 19-15. Wilston Grange has worked their way back into this contest in the first quarter. Redland-Victoria point. Looking for O'Sullivan. Attacks the footy hard. Ball comes off hands. Not the best of handballs. Looks like the Sharks have got the numbers. Good tackle laid. Good pressure from the Gorillas. Look at this. 1-on-4. And the 1-1 out. Push the ball over the boundary line. Good effort there.
Of course, Wilston Grange sitting 4th on the ladder, and Redland-Victoria Point sitting 6th. So this is one of the top games for the day.
Got to. Whoever wins this contest can really set up their season. As the umpire comes in, they'll ball up. Gordon laying a solid tackle.
Yeah, Murdoch and
Peterwood.
Yep. Rosenbrook come head to head then.
Packow and Richardson play on, says the umpire. Not the best of kicks. Ends up back in the hands of the Gorillas. Aston cuts that one off. Just gets pushed over the boundary line.
Around the grounds, Aspley 9 leading Surface 8. Maroochydore 15 leading Labrador 9. Palm Beach 8 leading Morningside 7. And Noosa 21 leading Mount Gravatt 7.
Geez, they are juicy contests this round, Jack. I tell you what, Palm Beach been playing really solid footy. Massive win against Aspley. Massive comeback against Aspley. 6 goals down, came back and won against the 2-time reigning premier. As the Gorillas just stalled a little bit here. They kick down the line. Gets pushed over the boundary line. Just under 27 minutes played. 4 points of margin. The Sharks leading the Gorillas 19-15. Not a lot of scoring in this first quarter. Aston's there once more. That's dropping the footy. Play on, says the umpire. Good tackle laid. And as usual, Murdoch, he's a bit of a tackling pest in the middle of the ground. Looks like he's lined up on Gordon as well. That's another juicy 1-on-1 contest. Good tackle laid. Peterwood for the Sharks. Packow tried to get a foot on it instead of a hand. Missed everything. Now he got his foot on the footy. That ball bit up in the air. Attacking the footy there. That was McFadden. Coming back with the fly of the ball. That worm-bearing kick finds its target. That's Farry. Farry now. Again, that kick down the line gets cut off by the Redland defence. Handball back is okay. Kick down the line is even better. Drop the mark he probably should have taken, but is first back onto it. Number 23 and Smith gets run down. That's on the footy.
Yeah, great pressure there by the Gorillas through the likes of Farry once again.
Farry pushes the ball out wide. That's okay. Goes out wider still. Got a little bit of time to carry the footy. Kicks it in short. That ball bounced. Play on, says the umpire. And too easy on that occasion for Benson to cut that one off. Benson moves the ball quickly. Oh, good juggling mark. That's Smith again. He's a bit lively last couple of minutes. That kick down the line's okay. Now, where's the next kick going? Is he going to go centre half forward? No, decides to go down the line once more. Oh, good roving there from Smith. Kick towards goal. Unfortunately, Brown couldn't keep it in, so it's a minor score. Smith, first score of the afternoon. 15-20 in favour of the Sharks. Just under 30 minutes played. That kick in short is okay. Decides to play on. Not sure what he was doing there. Huddy cuts it off. That kick to the goal square. Over the top. Rolling. That could be a goal. No.
Well,
just clipped the goalpost.
Buttering, big turnover. Dangerous kick in the end, but they get a chance to rebreathe.
Jeez. So dangerous there. Definitely got away with that one, Wilston Grange. Just brushed the padding on the goalpost. O'Sullivan. Murdoch was there as well. No talk there between the Sharks. And that was a shocking kick off the side of the boot, so that's out on the full. Looks like Chapman's going to take it, kicks it in short. Finds O'Sullivan. That's not a bad kick. Oh, good grab. That's a very solid grab in the end.
Yeah, strong contested mark there. Probably going to have a shot from about be close to 48, 40, 50 metres out directly in front, but strong grab. And
looks like Bailey Reeves has got his hands on the footy. Real solid mark, and Bowles was the one trying to cut that one off. Just didn't get there in the end. So Reeves comes in. A little bit of breathing space for the Sharks if we can kick it. That's gone way right. Just snuck in for a score. Another minor score to the Sharks. They are peppering a little bit at the back end of this first quarter.
Okay, that's what they like to do. They want to try and move that ball really, really quick because they do attack. They are an attacking type of side, Grange. So if they can move the ball quickly, they'll open up chances from inside 50.
That's okay. Mark was taken there by Mills. Kick back inside. Lyons Matheson handballs it off, ends up in the hands of Mills again, decides to take a bounce, trying to take Huddy on. Huddy said, no way! Grabs him by the scruff of the jumper, yanks him to ground. Pleading for a 50. Huddy, brilliant effort by the big man on that occasion.
Oh, Coach Castle will be wrapped with that sort of effort from the big fella. And look at that, an inside 50, and they've got a mark there, Kane.
In the space of two kicks, they're back inside 50 and back in the hands of Hamilman.
Hamilman, so fantastic. They will all be getting around Big Huddy there. This is Hamilman lining up for goal number 3.
Jeez, that Huddy there was just absolutely brilliant. I thought he wasn't going to be able to catch him. Just put out the big arm and went, no way. Brought him to ground. That was a great effort by the big man. Hamilman. That kick starts at left. Is it going to hold? No. So again, missed opportunity for the Sharks. And the Gorillas get off the hook once more. 23-15, 32 and a half minutes played in the first quarter. Where's he kick, Matty Hamilton? That's his first miss. He's 2-1 for the afternoon. They've been struggling a little bit coming out from full back. Again, O'Sullivan is going to impact the contest, but ball gets pushed towards the boundary line. Siren's gone for quarter time. The Sharks. Good solid start to this contest between the Sharks and the Gorillas. Sharks leading 23 to Wilston Grange 15. Jack, just quickly, what do you think of the first quarter? Maybe go through some goal kickers.
Yeah, it was a good even out for both teams had their chance. They probably get as enough inside 50s as they would have liked, Wilston Grange, but a really good start to Redland-Victoria point. Goal kickers, Hamilton, the champion, has 2, 1 to Clay Cameron, so the big tall forwards are really making an impact already. And Lachlan Rooks kicked 1 for Wilston Grange, as has Daniel Bowles.
Well, ladies and gents, quarter time QAFL action here. We'll be back for the second quarter in a few moments.
Can Craig Malone and Molly Pipe please come to the music area? I repeat, can Craig Malone and Molly Pipe please come to the music area?
Yes, two sides.
And we'll welcome back here, ladies and gents, to round 11 QAFL action. Coming to you from
Totally Workwear Park.
Totally Workwear Park. Thank you very much, Jack. Jack joins us back in the box, Mr. Jack Barry. My name's Kane Browning. And Jack, what did you think of that first quarter?
Yeah, as I said, I thought, they had a lot of looks inside forward 50, did Redland-Victoria Point, and, there was, they ended up getting up to 23 points, which was good, but the two forwards, more importantly, Hamilton's looked dangerous. He's kicked two already. Clay Cameron's taken some good marks, so good for them. And then probably for Wilston Grange, they haven't had as many look, but they have been quite efficient when they have gone inside forward 50. So I'm sure Coach Brett Maloney and Phil Castle both see some positives out of that quarter.
Well, again, very juicy matchup between Gordon and Murdoch in the middle of the ground. Matheson's in there again. As both ruckmen go up, Pearce and Packow. Packow probably won the tap out. Trying to clear the ball in. Murdoch, this could be called on the ball. Yes, it is. Murdoch dived on it. Matheson laid the tackle. So here's a good opportunity for Matheson to kick his team inside attacking 50. And decides to go long as well. Right to the forward 50. That's a good mark. In the end,
Yep,
looks like Thompson.
The veteran, yep.
Thompson at half-back. That kick short's okay. O'Sullivan's had a fair bit of it in this first quarter and a bit. Kicks it up the ground. Ends up in the hands. Looks like Hambleton there. Number 35. Not quite sure where to go. Gets called to play on now. Decides to go backwards. Looking for this switch. Good effort there by the Gorillas to try and slow that play down. They kick back inside to William. William, again, they've done the double switch here, the Sharks. O'Sullivan ends up with it, basically in the same spot he had it about 30 seconds ago, Jack.
Yeah, great defensive work there with the way that the defence was holding up for the Gorillas, forcing them now to kick along down the line.
O'Sullivan there. That ball goes straight through Pacquiao's hands. Pearce picks it up, instantly gets tackled by Pacquiao. So that ball's going to be thrown up just inside the boundary line. Pacquiao and Pearce. Good start by these two. Pacquiao caught Pearce high on that occasion, so free kick goes to the Gorillas. Pearce, real solid performance he had against Surfers Paradise. Game I was at calling. Oh, just attacks the pack, doesn't even go for the footy there. So that's going to be a free kick going to the Sharks. Cross half back, again decides to go backwards. William. That's not the best of kicks. Put his teammate under immediate pressure. Here's Richardson. Can he get the handball off? Yes, he does. Finds Baker. Baker goes to the goal square. No one at home. Oh, William. Front on contact. Chopped the arms as well. Made him earn it in the end.
Yeah, Jack Manley, the clever little forward, will have a shot on goal. Play some really good footy for the Brisbane Lions in the VFL. But, yeah, he's a pretty good shot on goal. And Williams, there was always a bit of a chance with front on contact, wasn't it?
I'm still watching William trying to explain to the umpire going, oh, I didn't touch him. I didn't. It's like, you have to be blind Freddy not to see that front on contact. He's still talking to the umpire. That kick on goal just sneaks it in, makes the umpire work, but it's there. So Wilston Grange, the first goal of the second quarter, and all of a sudden that margin's only closed to 2 points.
Yeah, the inclusion of Jack Manley and also, as we spoke earlier at the start of the game, Will Martin, both from the Lions VFL side, back into the team again today, certainly for this round, and they're certainly starting to make their presence felt. 23 plays, 21 will play 3.5 minute mark of the second term. And of course, we quickly just touch on the Bradman Windows and Doors umpires, our field umpires, Frank Rayson, Matt Bellina and Tyler Hickson.
Well, that definitely Coach Maloney would have been looking for a start like that. Looks like it's an interesting matchup there in the middle. You got Stallard on Matheson. I'm not sure if Stallard's got the tank to go with Matheson, so it's an interesting matchup. Pacquiao and Pearce still in the middle of the ground. Look at these two. They look like basketball centres. They're not even taking even a semi-run up there. Interesting again. Gordon gets the clearance for the Gorillas. That kick towards half forward. Who's going to win possession here? Good effort by the Sharks. That ball comes to the ground. That's holding the ball. Is he going to take advantage? No, he's been called back. Missed opportunity. Rook wanted to go. He's already kicked one this afternoon. He's a little bit too far out to kick it on this occasion. That left foot. Cameron almost cut that one off. That kick inside 50 doesn't find the target. Still good possession on that occasion. Both players gets over the back. That's kick on goal. Right across the face. Just sneaks in for a minor score. 1 point the margin all of a sudden, Jack. And all of a sudden that back line for Redland are under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, again, plenty of looks inside forward 50. The Gorillas at the moment as they're peppering away.
This play continues here. That's okay to Thompson. Oh, that's out on the full. Looking for William. And again, William's got that stunned look on his face. Looking at the umpires like, you sure? Like, that was a good metre and a half out. Play on continues. Kick to the goal square. Richardson.
Yeah, great kick there by McGregor. Again, Thompson just kicking off one step, didn't hit his target, kicks it out in the full. McGregor, a beautiful long kick in there to Billy Richardson. We're really looking forward to seeing him. He's a young player that can kick multiple goals in a quarter. I like watching him play.
And there's a reason why they picked him in the Allies squad. He hasn't had a lot of opportunity at the moment. They've had some games. They went down by 1 point, couple of goals against Vic Metro. As that's straight over the goal umpire's hat. So Richardson's got his first of the afternoon.
So all off the back of a clanger by the Sharks, and they were able to make them pay. And that's what I think today is going to be about grabbing those moments when they pop up in front. And we saw Redland-Vicky Point being able to do that in the first term, and then Wilston Grange doing it now.
Well, and also the state game next week, Jack. They've had some injuries, the Queenslanders, in the last couple of weeks to some key personnel. Matheson's back out there playing this week, which is good to see. He hurt his calf a few weeks ago, so he's come back okay. But the likes of Richardson might come into some calculations depending on how the side's looking for next week. This play continues. Stella tried to get the clearance. Ball at the deck. Aston pinned the arm, but had no opportunity there on that occasion.
We're seeing Murdoch put a hard tag on Will Martin.
Well, speaking of hard tags, Campbell Aston lays another tackle.
He's in and under young Rosenbrook, isn't he? A little tough nugget.
No, he's been a solid performer for him at the start of the year as well as Rosenbrook. Matheson somehow gets a ball on boot. Play continues here. Numbers are with the Sharks. Here's Gordon. Not the best of kicks going inside 50 play on. Look at the attack on the ball there from the Sharks on that occasion. Good effort. That kick down the line. All of a sudden they've got a spare number here. Could run inside 50. Not sure on the kick. Players contest. Ball comes to ground. Cameron's there. Brown's there. Cameron's got it now. That snap back to the hot spot. No one really at home. Baker's going to take that mark.
Great mark by Baker. He's the one who wanted it the most, didn't he, Kane? Had his eyes on it all the way and took a solid mark in defence.
All the way there. He was the only one attacking the ball. Play on. Here's a chance for the Gorillas to come out of trouble. Play continues to the far side wing. That's a juggling mark. That's okay. This play continues. 8.5 minutes played. That kick's okay. That finds Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock now kicks up the line. Now, plenty of players are screaming for the handball off. Not sure who's forward of this ball. That kick out wide finds Pearce. Got off the chain from Packow. He's been tracking him fairly well in this first quarter and a little bit. Pearce now. It's going to go long. Who can take a contested mark here? Players go up. Ball comes to the front. Good handball off. Gets the right foot snap. Not enough on it, unfortunately. Ball rolling towards the boundary line. Tries to keep it in. The Sharks could win possession. The Gorillas have it back, though. And that ball's going to come to a grinding halt.
Great tackle there again by Jake Chapman, once again tying that ball up and not allowing them to get a handball free, causing another stoppage.
Well, Baker's just to the back of this contest. Good attack on the footy. O'Sullivan got caught high. So it's going to be a free kick on the last line going to O'Sullivan. It's probably been their highest possession getter in the first quarter and a quarter and 9 minutes. That kick short's okay. Finds a teammate just on the distance. That kick out wide finds William. William launches a ball. Who's he looking for? Good attack on the ball there from the Gorilla player. Comes back on the left foot. Shoved underneath the footy. Play on, says the umpire. Ball gets pushed over the line.
Yeah, Miller just easing him over underneath the ball there and looking for the free kick. Not happy with the close attention as Miller makes his way back into the back pocket.
Well, when you see those hands get pushed towards the back, you're thinking that's surely going to be a free kick. The umpire said no. Packow got to the front. One by the Gorillas again. That snap over around the corner's okay, but again, the body work from the Sharks is pretty good. Richardson tried to get the handball out, couldn't get clean possession. Instantly gets gang tackled. And the Sharks lock it up once more.
Intensity just rising up a little bit here, Kane. He's moving into the 11-minute mark of the second term.
23-28. Wilson Grange all of a sudden found themselves in front. Baker instantly gets claimed. Might have had a chance to get rid of it. No, says the umpire. Wonder how long Aston and Baker are going to be lined up on each other. That handball doesn't find the mark. That could have been a throw. Play on, says the umpire. That ball rolling back into the middle of the ground. Can they get a bit of an overlap run going? Yes, they can. O'Sullivan kicks that ball inside attacking 50 and finds Hamilman. Interestingly enough, was a little bit higher up the ground on that occasion.
Yeah, lovely way to kick by O'Sullivan. He's been busy today and been effective, and a good kick inside forward 50. And the danger man gets another shot on goal. He'll have to kick him 50, but he's got a good kick on him.
Maybe they've pushed Cameron to the goal square and Hamilman to set half forward. So that's an interesting move. Line up for goal number 3 for the day. It's not even half time yet. Comes in. That right foot kick, going, and smashes into the post. Post high as well, so he definitely had the distance.
Quick scores around the ground. Service Paradise 21 leading Aspley 10 at Graham Road.
3-6-24 to 4-4-28 here. Wilson Grange still in front by 4 points. Had a quiet first quarter, but they've started the second quarter off well. Here come the Gorillas again. Kick towards half forward. They've got a little bit of run and carry going. They kick inside 50. No one at home for the defence of the Sharks. And runs in easily. In the end was Pearce. No one anywhere near him, Jack.
Oh, coast to coast. Coach Maloney will be wrapped with that play. Quick ball movement. Everyone hit their targets. Caught them unawares in the back line. Caught the Sharks unawares in the back line. And then Pearce kicks the easiest of goals to go to a 10-point lead. 34 plays 24 at the 13-minute mark of the second term. We'll go around the grounds. Came to see Labrador 31 leading Maroochydore 22. A close one at Palm Beach. Morningside 27 up by a point against the Lions 26. Noosa well ahead of Mount Gravatt 41 plays 9. And Broadbeach playing at Sherwood today. Broadbeach 50 leading Sherwood 37.
Well, again, all sort of pretty close margins there. That'd be an interesting one. Sherwood, the likes of Sherwood and Broadbeach. Broadbeach coming off that big win against Mount Gravatt. As it looks like the Gorillas again get that centre clearance going. That ball ends up in the hands of Pearce once more.
Yeah, great tap out there by Richardson. He then backed it up and won a clearance and then kicked that ball down to their forward 50 straight away. Good work, Richardson.
His athletic ability is really, really elite in Richardson. Huddy won the tap out. Ball ends up in the hands of O'Sullivan. He just wanders over the boundary line. But again, the Gorillas all on the attack at the moment. They can smell a bit of blood in the water, Jack. The Sharks have got to be careful. You don't want to be chasing a lead against the likes of this Wilston Grange outfit. The Sharks coming out of trouble. Again, all of a sudden they've got a little bit of room to move. Is that ball going to stay in? Yes, it does. Keeps it in as well. Good smother off the boot. Great defensive effort. Ends up in the hands of Brown for the Sharks. Handballs it back. That kick's going to be landing about 35 out. Hamilman hits the pack hard. Ball comes to the front. Instantly gets tackled. And again, all of a sudden, coast to coast, they found themselves in attacking 50, and the Gorillas had to defend and hold on for dear life, Jack.
Yeah, great work by Dylan Smith. He butted that ball up again, got inside forward 50. As Brown had a quick shot
no way!
Brown.
Well, we've talked about him a little bit.
You said at the start of the game, unlucky not to be in the team of the year last year. And he's starting to build up a really strong resume. That's a great goal to keep him right back into the game. 4-point ball game, Kane.
He is one of the best small forwards going around, that young man in Brown. And at any time you can have a small forward and kick over 50 goals in a year, you're doing something right. Reward for effort there for Brown. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but he definitely took that one. That's one of the goals of the year so far, Jack.
Yeah, great little start. He just didn't need much time and space, and then a clever little kick through. As I said earlier in the passage of play, Dylan Smith done really well to get the ball towards Hamilton. When that ball hits the deck there, they were quick to pounce on.
Well, all of a sudden, the Sharks have closed that margin back to 4 points. 16 and a bit minutes played. Huddy's back in the ruck against Richardson. Huddy's definitely got the height advantage. Got the clearance there, the Sharks. Kicks it out wide, ends up in the hands. Looks like O'Sullivan again. He's got the ball on the string this afternoon. Huddy's worked his way from that ruck contest, takes a good mark. Left foot kick towards the hot spot. 1-on-1, Hamilton!
Yeah, great work by Big Huddy. Then he got into the ruck contest, and as you said, Kane, he raced forward. He won the footy, and then a long raking kick to the dangerous Hamilton in right outside the goal square, and he'll line up for goal number 3.
Gee, Westerberg's probably one of their best backmen, but I'm not sure if he's got the size to compete against the likes of Hamilton. He kicks that goal. He's kicked 3.
And that's what they want. That's what he wants. He wants the ball in there quickly. And Huddy didn't muck around. He got the ball, he played on straight away, and he drove it long. And that's when Hamlin's at his most dangerous, when they haven't got multiple defenders down there trying to stop him.
Well, again, Jack, like we were saying, it's like when a big man, he wins the ruck contest, and then he ran 50 metres forward to get that possession, take that mark, and then just launched it. Saw Hamilton 1-on-1 against Westerberg. Hamilton way too strong. And great effort from the Sharks, and all of a sudden they got the lead back, 2 points the margin. 7.5 minutes played. Baker's got to get in this game for the Gorillas. And Sullivan looks like he's matched up on him on that broadcast side wing.
See Carter's throwing Jake Chapman onto the ball now, so experienced midfielder.
Well, that's another interesting one. Matheson looks like he's got another opponent. Got forced off the ball there. Kick inside 50. Looking for a teammate. Didn't find him. Probably dropped the mark he should have taken. O'Sullivan tried to lay the tackle. That ball came loose again. Now, unfortunately, that's going to be a free kick. Baker held on a little bit too long. So here come the Sharks again. That kick inside 50 is not a great one. And Pearce cuts it off.
Just that kick off one step again. Got to be elite to be able to pull those kicks off, and it was easily chopped off there by the Gorillas as they go back into attack.
This play continues here. Up the ground, looking for Gordon. Gordon, too classy on that occasion. Handballs it back.
That's Martin, number 11 now.
Sorry, Marn. I'm thinking Gordon.
Yep.
Marn, that time. Kick back inside, right in the middle of the ground's okay. They're going to try and go to Sanar forward, which they do. Hands up in the hands of Manly. Manly inside 50. That's a better kick.
Yeah, he's a clever player, Kane, and it's a good call. He just waited the ball, kicked into a space, and he was able to run on top of the ball. They'll go short again.
That's not good checking from the Sharks and Reece Matheson.
The dangerous Matheson, all by himself, inside forward 50, Kane.
And look at and even Baker was pushing 10 metres forward to try and get free again, but O'Sullivan was the one checking him, so that wasn't going to happen. Matheson for his first goal of the afternoon. To again wrestle that lead back. Almost 20 minutes played. That kick straight and true for Matheson. Instant reply for the Gorillas. And they've got the lead back, Jack.
It just goes to show, Kane, you can't switch off, can you? A moment's concentration or a lapse of concentration, you're going to pay an ultimate price. And there was Matheson inside forward 50. Gets an easy shot on goal. But they answer back, Wilston Grange. 40 plays 36, 20-minute mark of the second term. We've got a ripper on our hands here, Kane.
Well, they've been caught out a couple of times, haven't they, the defence of Redland, which is strange because they're generally pretty well positioned more times than not. And a couple of occasions, they've been all out to sea, the Redland defence, for some reason. And you got to say, they've almost been given a couple of goals for free, the Gorillas. As the ball gets thrown up again, Packow and Pearce. Packow gets a second crack at it.
You just wonder with Brock Aston into the VFL, rolls out injured. Stellar goes up onto the ball. He's been behind the footy. Chapman goes onto the ball, so maybe the back line's just been thrown out a bit.
Just a little bit. You're probably right there, Jack. And again, yeah, you're right. Rolls and Aston are massive outs. That kick towards goal. And again, they saw that overlap going inside 50, which is danger signs for the Sharks. Just trying to work out who took that grab, Jack. Just keep an eye on that. Another shot on goal to increase that lead. Back to 10 points. Kick. That's a good one.
Yep, great goal there again. Just Just a bit of a check side kick there. A quick ball movement once again, which has been the order of the day.
That was Misford on that occasion.
Yeah. So good goal to Misford.
And again, you get caught in those two minds, don't you? When you're not used to having that backline, being in that backline setup. Do I stay? Do I stay back? Do I go at the contest? And in the end, you get caught in no man's land. And they get another easy goal on the board to the Gorillas.
Yeah, so up by 10 points now, the Gorillas. So it's been an exciting game. As back when Redlands kicked 2 goals in a row, and then they get them straight back. Wilston Grange.
Goal for goal here between these two. Very juicy contest. Could be massive for both these clubs going towards the bye. As play continues here, again, the Gorillas, the back end of this quarter, have been all over the Sharks. Couldn't get clean possession. Huddy's there for the Sharks. Gets clean possession. They kick down the lines, looking for a teammate. That ball's going to stay in somehow. Good tap forward. Good tackle laid there by the Gorillas, though. Handball over the top. Here's a little bit of an opportunity. That kick towards inside 50. Not quite. Just to the left. Minus score.
Yeah, clever hands there by Todd Carbine. Handball, nicely handball over the top towards Billy Johnson, who had a long-range shot for goal.
Is coming out from the last line of defence. Huddy playing in front. Pierce over the back. Got hands on it. Somehow that ball stayed in. Handball over the top. They've got a little bit of an overlap. That ball bounced in a shocking manner. Good pick up there. Could have a shot on goal. Decides to go. Oh, not quite. Westerberg right on the last line.
Johnson once again, his second shot on goal.
Westerberg chips it out wide. Kicks down the line. And again, Baker decides to kick short. Matheson turns on a dime. Got the handball out. Kick down the line on that far side wing. Can this ball get over the back? William is there for the Sharks. Now they've got the ball back. Can they make them pay? 1-2 handball. Look at the run and carry. That kick inside 50 over the head of a teammate. Not the best of kicks at all, but again, the ball gets cut off. That ball's gone a bit longer. 1-on-1, Pacquiao. It's a 2-on-1. Brings the ball to the ground. That kick towards goal. Can he get there? That ball just bounces up in the nick of time. And he comes out of trouble once more. Kick finds a target. That's okay.
Yeah, great work there by Bowles. Just held the play up. Lanthos worked hard to get across the ground. Takes a nice little mark off the half-back there.
Just over 24 minutes played. Lanthos. And again, taking that kick off one step. He put himself under some pressure. And through Stallard, the Sharks are going to go back into attack.
Can they make him pay?
Stallard is going to go long to the left forward pocket for the Sharks. Hamilman tried to get a hand on it. All the numbers are with the Gorillas at the front of that contest. William forces his man under the footy. Can't win clean possession, but he's got it now. It's pushed over the line. Boundary throw in.
Yep, 46 plays, 37, approaching the 25-minute mark. Round 11 action here, QAFL. Totally Workwear Park.
And this contest is balanced on a knife's edge at the moment. 9 points the margin, but it's definitely not indicative of how this game's being played. Pierce tried to get to a teammate. That kick down the line's okay. Finds Rook. Rook gets called to play on. Steps back inside. They've got the numbers here, the Sharks. Pierce just puts the ball on boot towards half forward. Ball gets over the back. William is there for the Sharks. Handballs to a teammate. And again, they've got a little bit of run and carry going. That kick back in the middle of the ground's a pretty good one. They've got the switch going strong. Finds Hambleton. Hambleton kicks the ball up the line to Annabelle. Annabelle trying to go in board. And again, that outnumber. And guess who got back? Rook in the end. Finds Baker at halfback.
Yeah, great work there by the defence of Wilston Grange. Had to be a good kick going inside 50. Just a little bit too high and they were able to cut it off.
Baker comes out wide. Huddy couldn't cut that one off. They've got the 9-point lead here at the moment, so they're just trying to slow it down a little bit. Richardson there finds Matheson. Matheson decides to go in board, and that's 50.
It looks like it was against Johnson there, so good chance now for Matheson. He's already kicked one.
In this quarter. Decides to handball it off. That kick is great.
Yeah. Will Martin, he's having a great game. Beautifully weighted kick. And he's teamed up well there with the number 25 in Jack Manley. Both those boys have made a bit of influence today, haven't they, Kane?
No, they definitely have. It's that second tier, that second group of players, isn't it, at the moment? The Sharks are struggling in that department. And all of a sudden, the Gorillas have really stepped up in this second quarter and really dominating that generally well-drilled Redland defence. That kick on goal, unfortunately, doesn't take full advantage, so that's a missed opportunity going in towards half-time. 10 points the margin, 27.5 minutes played. As again, the Sharks coming out of trouble. It definitely seems like it's the goal-kicking end, left of screen. This play continues. And half back. Where's he going to go now? Decides to go backwards. That kick, trying to get that quick switch going. They've got a little bit of an outnumber out that side of the ground. This play continues here. That kick short's okay. Ends up in the hands of Chapman. Chapman goes short. And again, they're just being held up in the middle of the ground here, so they're doing well, the Wilston Grange, getting back in numbers. And speaking of numbers, Richardson was good enough to cut that one off. Richardson comes back in board, finds a teammate. That was Wiederer. He's had a good last few weeks for the Gorillas as well. He was very solid against Service Paradise. Down back. Probably didn't touch the footy, to be honest, but geez, the spoils he put on across half back was just brilliant. They kick down the lines, okay, decides to play on. Here's an opportunity. Not the best of kicks going inside 50, he was looking for Rook. And on the last line, he gets cleared by Thompson. Thompson up the line, finds a teammate in Johnson. Johnson goes short. This is Hambleton again. And again, just in this part of the ground, they're just being held up. Not the best kicks. Instantly gets cut off by the Gorillas through Bowles. Bowles bounces over the back. They've got the extra number. Fumbly, kick towards goal. Error for all occasions on that occasion.
Well, luck's a fortune. It wasn't the best kick from Bowles, who's a renowned beautiful kick. But the kick bounced, luckily, but unfortunately for Grange, they couldn't capitalise, so the Sharks get another breather.
And what's Cameron doing down at full back, kicking that ball out? But pretty good kick in the end to Thompson, across half back. Kicks down the line, short, that's okay. Found Murdoch.
Chapman, I think it is.
Oh, Chapman, apologies. And again, just being held up in this part of the ground. Not a lot to go to. Decides to go down the line. As the siren goes for half time. And all of a sudden, that second quarter was dominated by the Gorillas, Jack. And they're 11-point leaders.
A 5-goal term, Kane. A 5-goal term to Wilston Grange. 5-7-5-47 now leading.
Inside this building is a simulated hospital ward, a high-tech biomechanics lab, a commercial kitchen, and a whole virtual home. Let's explore the new Bond Institute of Health and Sport in just 61 seconds. This is the 12-bed simulation hospital ward. From day one, Bond students gain hands-on experience in allied health and exercise science. This is the Work-Play Lab, which gives students the opportunity to provide occupational therapy for our youngest, while the Activities of Daily Living Lab simulates a full home environment, giving students the chance to practice mobility work with our wisest.
Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom?
Yeah, you go in, see the security door down there? Right, go in straight through that door, and the podium room's on the right, better off going there. And it's the entrance to the club.
Oh, yeah.
It's just in the podium room. So there you go, or you can go, well...
That's probably the clocks. The clocks bathroom are over there.
Yeah, the old living rooms.
Yeah.
You go down between this lot here and that lot there, just around the corner.
Oh, yeah, there's a sun's toilet down.
Yeah, that's it there.
How long do we have left?
We've used 11 minutes, so you've got 9 minutes.
9 minutes? I thought it was 15 minutes. So I might go for a walk. You're going to stay here?
Yep.
Not done with that. Oh, so he's the one that does all the...
That's in
Because those stats go on to that. So when, like, if it's streamed to YouTube, half time will have all these stats, and obviously it gets us pulled from this sort of thing. Yeah, because obviously sometimes I don't even see the guy do the stats. See, it's like coming out early anyway. Is it 15 minutes or 20 minutes? It must be coming out early.
Must be 20.
Maybe it's 15. I know, unless they're coming out early. Busy. Must be all school days. Nothing Saturday. Already was walking up.
Yeah, blokes will come out and they'll probably get a bit of a gather around there and then give them 2 minutes, 1 minute warning, and they'll start walking up there. They're like ground scared. They couldn't walk any bloody slower.
That's
Why they don't go on a wing or something, disperse that way? No.
I might go for a walk.
Okay.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
permission, I can get it done quickly.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's half-time here between the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks and the Wilston Grange Gorillas. Wilston Grange came back strong in that second quarter. It looked like it was a 5-goal-to-1 second quarter,
Yeah.
Jack. My name's Kane Brown, still joined in the box by Mr. Jack Barry. And Jack, that second quarter was all Wilston Grange, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Redlands, Vicky Point, they kicked a couple of goals to answer back early, but then they just at the back end of that quarter, Wilston Grange were able to kick another couple of goals. But it's been a really good effort to them. They're what, two goals up at the half time. The game could be anyone's, but they're sort of getting on top of the midfield through the likes of Martin and also, of course, Matheson has been dangerous as well. So they've done really well through the middle of the ground. And little Ned Rosenbrook, Brock, sorry, he gets a lot of the footy, and just dishes it out in and under. But Carter swung the magnets around a little bit, throwing Jake Chapman onto the ball, Jake's done a little bit, and Thompson's been busy in defence as well. So the little guys down back have been racking him up, but they want to get that ball down to Hammerman as quick as they can.
And it looked like as well, Hammerman was sort of trying to work a bit higher up the ground, so maybe that change did happen where you had Cameron working out of the goal square, Hammerman up the ground a little bit further.
Yep.
So that change did come in that second quarter as well.
Yep.
And again, those outs are massive, aren't they? That midfield depth is definitely being tested this afternoon for the Sharks.
It has. But I thought Dylan Smith did really well that quarter. He done really well when he went onto the ball. They've got some players here they'll be looking to get a little bit more out of this quarter. Bailey Reeves is one of them. I think he'll be a player to sort of watch for. So if Bailey can get his hands on the footy, he's up against Matheson, as we can see. So mouth-watering already for the third term. Kane.
Well, here we go. You got Pearce and Huddy. Pearce has been pretty solid, especially in that second quarter. Ball gets bounced up. Play on, says the umpire. Speaking of which, Matheson. Good handball out to the front of the contest. Ball kicked inside 50. Ball gets over the back. Who's going to be first onto it? It's the Gorillas. Blind turn snap on goal, but I think it's a free kick. Yes, it is. It's going to Stallard. He's moved to his usual spot in that back pocket. So, unfortunately, they kicked the goal in the end, the Gorillas, but that's not going to count. Stallard definitely got held on to. So Stallard coming out of trouble. Looking for Huddy versus Pearce. Huddy gets to the front. Ball comes to ground. First onto it are the Sharks. Little 1-2 handball. That little check side kick might come off. Aston's in there. Campbell. Play on, says the umpire. That up and under kick, that's going to be paid a mark. And it looks like that's Misfit on that occasion. Decides to play on. They kick inside 50. Definitely been the scoring end, the left-hand side of the screen. That ball gets forced over the boundary line.
I think early in the game we gave Misfit a credit for a goal, but I think the goal was actually kicked by Dirksen, Zach Dirksen. So I've made an adjustment there, so apologies to Zach.
There we go. We'll have to adjust that one as well. Huddy got to the front. Pearce got his hand on it though, pushing the ball towards the boundary line. That's Rosenbrook. Handball's back in board. Pearce again. Somehow finds a bird on ball. Play on, says the umpire. Finds Matheson. Right forward pocket. Snap to the goal square. Who can get it? Richardson was there. Lays a tackle. Forces the ball out of bounds. And the Gorillas would definitely take that as a win.
We know how good Matheson is in nice and tight, but he also very clever in making space for himself, and they do use him out wide. So he's a player just got to watch. He's nice and tight on him early, but then he can still create some bit of space for himself.
He's definitely that inside-outside, isn't he?
Yes.
Both sides of the midfield battle there. O'Sullivan was good in that first quarter, a little bit quieter in the second. That ball's going to be held up. No one's getting away with that. Umpire comes in. And again, if they can manage to get a couple of goals on the board, the Gorillas in this third quarter will put immense pressure on the Sharks going into three-quarter time. That was Murdoch. Somehow got the ball on boot. Finds Brown right on the boundary line. Good smother. Forces the ball over. And that was Wilson on that occasion. And it's get those 1%ers in that second quarter really started to gel for the Gorillas.
That's right.
This ball's going to get thrown back in.
Been a great ruck battle, hasn't it, Kane?
Has it what? Pierce has been good in the second quarter. Huddy was good in the first. So it's probably 1 quarter each.
He had 44 hitouts last week, Pierce, so doing a good job as we just see a player go to ground in Baker.
Murdoch goes, get out of my way. Ball ends up in the hands of the Sharks. Got the clearance. Playing in front was Cameron. That chip inside attacking 50. Bit of an air shot. Hamilman not quite sure who was going to attack that ball. Looks like it's going to be a free kick. And is that? No, that's not Cameron.
I think that's Johnson, Billy Johnson. He's had a good second term there, and now's the chance to kick. He had 2 shots on goal, both got to the mouth of the goal square, but he's certainly got a chance to put his first through for the day.
Well, they definitely need the first goal of this third quarter, do the Sharks.
It's a long run up.
Hasn't been too much of a margin between these two sides this afternoon. 11 points the margin in favour of Grange. Coming in now. Johnson. Put a stamp on this game.
Yeah.
That's all clear, a goal.
Yeah, great goal, Billy Johnson. As I said, a really good second term. Got his hands on the ball. A couple of nice kicks inside forward 50. This time he does it all himself. He can play back, he can play forward, he can play mid. So good goal, Billy Johnson.
Just having a quick look at the replay. That was a great set shot on goal from Johnson. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. And again, first goal of the third quarter goes to the Sharks. That margin's been closed to 5 points once again. And that's the one for me. Will Munn, that second quarter is brilliant. Murdoch's there, playing him close. Huddy got the tap out on that occasion. Instantly gets claimed. Matheson lays the tackle on Aston. And it looks like Aston's moved into the midfield as well, generally playing off that wing. Murdoch got caught high. Play on, says the umpire, was a bit blindsided on that occasion.
Miller also gone onto the ball now for the Sharks against Rosenbrock.
Geez, those magnets are definitely flying around the board. Coach Cass definitely working, and there's plenty of yap towards the umpire. The umpire might have been in 2 minds, so he's decided to throw it up.
I think you had an umpire outside of play call the whistle, but the umpire is controlling umpire number 27. He's taking control.
Huddy got the tap out. Pierce again, his work off the ball's been good. Aston ends up with it though. That snap around the corner, the half forward. Numbers are there for the Gorillas. Instantly gets claimed. Play on, says the umpire. No, it's holding the ball.
Yeah, Johnson once again, good forward pressure, really lifting his game.
Now Johnson decides to kick quickly. Get to the hot spot, 1-on-1. Bit of work off the ball, free kick to the Sharks.
It's holding to Dylan Smith. So a bit of pressure, a bit of panic in the defence there by the Gorillas, and this gives a good chance now to get back-to-back goals.
And get that lead back, Jack.
Get the lead back, so well done on the Sharks.
Well, and again, they're a little bit short in Satch down there on the last line, the Gorillas, so they definitely don't like it when the ball gets kicked in there quickly. And Smith, line up for his first of the afternoon, missed the shot on goal earlier. That kick is a good one. First goal of the afternoon to Dylan Smith, and all of a sudden, another lead change. Jack?
Yep. Well, Campbell Aston gets that critical clearance out of the pack. Johnson puts tremendous pressure on him. And then Smith was able to Johnson gets that ball deep inside forward. Panic happens, a bit of a grab of the jumper. And of course, Smith puts it through, and the Sharks at home lead by 1 behind.
Well, Just a tick over 7 minutes played in this premiership quarter. And again, they've literally been going for goal, these two, this afternoon, ladies and gents. This game's right on a nice edge at the start of this third quarter. As the ball gets bounced up once more, looks like Richardson's back in the ruck for Grange. Matheson gets the clearance towards centre half forward. That bounce of the ball probably served Wilson Grange well, but instantly gets tackled. Stallard got the handball out, steps back inside, directly into trouble. Matheson gets the turnover, instantly gets claimed by 3 Sharks.
Yeah, I don't know what a pack of sharks is, but a mauling of sharks.
Wow.
Let's just call it that.
Huddy's the biggest shark in the ocean this afternoon. Massive mountain of a man. Instantly gets tackled high by Matheson. Again, the umpire a little bit blindsided.
Must just got him just maybe under the chest, on the chest there.
I think it ended up a little bit high, but it definitely started lower. Matheson tries to lay the defensive pressure on. That no-look handball finds a teammate. Handball back inside. This is Aston to O'Sullivan. He's going to go long. Who's down there? Guess who? Hamilton.
Great play there by Aston. He drew the player in and then just gave out hands to create the overlap. A beautiful lick inside forward 50, and of course that Hamilton just used his body, got connected to early, and then was able to push him out of the way and take a nice chest mark.
And kicking to the advantage of your forward, number one lesson you need to learn when going inside attacking 50. Hamilton was every chance to take that mark and kicks the goal. That's his 4th.
He's been great today, the vice-captain. Again, as I said, got body pressure on his defender early, was able to manoeuvre him out of the way while always having eyes on the footy and then take a nice chest mark.
Geez, one-on-one, there's very few key backmen who can compete with the likes of Hamilton. Big body, good hands, and he'll always make you pay because he's probably one of the most consistent shots on goal in the competition, Jack.
Yep. Also a shout out for it's Women's Coaching Month. So any of those clubs out there that have got a coach, make sure you take a photo, and we've got over 2,000 coaches across the country now, female coaches. So take a photo, put it on social media, promote your female coaches.
As the ball gets thrown back up again, Pacquiao's back in the ruck for the Sharks. Got the clearance as well towards half forward. It's 2-on-1. The one ends up with a footy, gets instantly claimed.
Well, Lanthos and Carbone. The small bantamweights.
He needs an eye on that name, Jack. Carbine would be a nice name for a player. As that kick inside 50, looking for a big forward, and that mark's going to be paid. Chop of the arms. And again, the shorter stature of those Wilson Grange backmen, they're finding it very difficult at the start of this third quarter.
Well, it's Smith once again. As you said, it's a good call, Kane. The ball goes in quickly. Can't quite get that fist away, so there's a chopping of the arms and has a chance for Smith to kick his second of the term. And this has been a great start by the Phil Cast-led Redland-Victoria point.
Well, they got that lead back, so it's 7 points the margin. Can he increase that to 13? Smith comes in, right foot kick, sneaks it home. So that's his second. And again, like we've said a couple of times already, great start for the Sharks in this third quarter.
Yeah, they put their 4th goal on the board already since quarter time. So that's been a great start. Well, so Grange now, it's all to do. They'll need to win this next clearance and get that ball inside forward 50. So Coach Maloney will be looking for a bit of a lift from his midfielders. Well, you've seen Aston sort of get his hands on the footy, starting to get a bit more busier and starting to influence the ball. Johnson.
He's very good, Campbell Aston. That run and carry, that's probably the key difference I've seen in this third quarter. The ability to clear some space, have some time to kick that ball inside attacking 50. And the likes of Hamilton and Smith are dominating this third quarter already. That ball is going to get thrown up. Pearce got the tap out. Pacquiao got a hand on it as well. Instantly gets claimed. Wilston Grange. Look at the pressure come from the Sharks. So Sullivan's there. Campbell Aston's there again. Good tackle laid. Looks at the umpire. Umpire's going to call for a stoppage. And that was Carbone again, getting instantly claimed. No room to move at all. Packow, no look tap out. Haven't seen one of those for a while. Taps the ball towards Carbone again. Campbell Aston ends up with it, looking for O'Sullivan to run on. That ball gets intercepted, held up. So O'Sullivan pulls the ball back in. They're trying desperately to get the ball out. The Sharks get a boot on it somehow. Looks like that kick's been gone out on the full.
Yep, Lanthalos will take it in defence and give a chance to launch from defensive.
Well, they've caught him out a couple of times from similar positions. Lanthois kicks the ball long. Good attack on the footy was Pearce. Couldn't take the mark though. Packow was first onto it. Blind turn there. Great pick up for the Gorillas. That kick. Good attack on the ball from William. Overruns it though. Here's a chance through Matheson. Matheson launches that ball inside attacking 50. Front spot. Good grab. That's Hambleton on the last line. To Stallard. Stallard kicks to the broadcast side wing. Carbone again. Got to be clean with it. Juggles. Good tap out. Instantly got crunched though.
Yeah, but a free kick to Wilson, overzealous with the tackle. So Carbone will get a kick.
Now Carbone going to go long. Looking for the likes of Hamilton. It's a 3-on-1 though. Westerberg was good with the body, just forcing Hamilton off the contest. And a good mark taken in the end. That was Molan. Kicks it out wide. Another kick down the line. Got a little bit of room to move here, the Gorillas. That kick's okay. Finds Martin. Martin, not quite sure where to go, so he decides to go back. That's okay.
The Sharks really covering off well in their forwards.
Mills, again, has to go back to Westerberg. Kicks down the line. That's okay. Juggling attempt. They're right under the pump now, the Gorillas. That kick out wide's okay. Bit of breathing space. Kicks down the line. A little bit of room to move. He's going to burn the opponent there. Hamble over the top. Not great. Packow puts the pressure on. Instant turnover. Brown to O'Sullivan. He just hacks the ball off the ground. Can't find Smith, who probably should have taken the mark. Play on, says the umpire. Not sure where to go here, the Gorillas. Just launch the kick long down the line. Over the head of Huddy. Ends up in the hands of Miller. Miller chips short, and that's okay.
Yeah, Sharks are on top here, aren't they? They're really covering off well. Every time they're trying to bring the ball forward, Wilston Grange have got numbers behind the footy.
Oh, good dropping back in the hole. Who was that? That was Butterick. That was plenty of bravery on that occasion. Hamilton was coming out, could have absolutely cleaned him up. And the Gorillas are going to try to come out of trouble once more. Kick down the line's okay. Moving short and sharp at the moment. I have a feeling this ball's going to go long. Yes, it does. Found a teammate. Hamble over the top. Got a little bit of running. Gary. Pressure gets put on. That kick towards the goal square. Good kick.
Yeah, Manly, beautiful kick towards, I think it's Richardson.
It is Richardson, who's pulled up a little bit lame.
They went the long way around the boundary line, but they kept the ball in play, and it was a beautiful kick in the end.
Well, they definitely went untouched from half back to half inside attacking 50, so good ball movement. 9:7:61 to 7:6:48, just under 4 minutes played. Actually, we've got 16 minutes played. I'm sorry.
I think that's the clock.
10 to 4 in the afternoon, ladies and gents. That kick's gone way wide. Minor score, just snuck in. 61 plays 49 in favour of the home side. Richardson, first point of the afternoon goes for him. Looking for Huddy. Couldn't take the mark. Ball gets over the back. Good tackling pressure there. Sullivan's there for the Sharks. Handballs it back. Huddy trying to be a basketball center on that occasion. Instantly turned over. Here come the Gorillas again. Looking for Richardson. Now, is that man in front?
Yeah.
I believe it is, and they will go to William.
Yeah, last year's state Zane Taylor medalist. Nice and strong in front.
He'll be a massive in for the state side for next week. He had plenty of the ball last year, didn't he, Jack, in that representative game? Best on ground for Queensland. This play continues. That ball gets turned over. A little chip short. That's better. Finds Richardson again.
Yeah, Wheatro, just a nice little quick kick. And Richardson able to run onto the footy. And more importantly, he's going to line up for his second and try and get back the ascendancy for Wilston Grange. The last 3 or 4 minutes, they've actually worked hard to try and get their second shot on goal.
They sort of dominated the second halves of quarters, haven't they, Jack, the Gorillas? So here's an opportunity to get that goal on the board, close that margin back again. Richardson already missed one in this quarter. He hasn't missed that one. And that's goal number 2 for Billy Richardson.
Yeah, great work by, again, Richardson. And again, Wetro, just nice little kick forward. Didn't smash him, just popped it out in front, which is an easy to run onto that ball and take a nice, easy mark.
They've been so good when they've been able to turn the ball over across their half-forward line. Just being able to drop their eyes, hit that target, you know, that 15 to 20 metre kick rather than bowling away with the likes of Williams is always set up perfectly for that third man up option.
Yep. A quick around the grounds, Surface 40 leading Aspley 30. And Maroochydore 67 leading Labrador 37. Morningside 57 leading Palm Beach 35. Back to you, Kane.
Well, that's a road trip. If they can manage to win that game, Maroochydore, that's a massive win for them this afternoon.
I'll keep going now while they ball up again. But Noosa 75 leading Mount Gravatt 25. And it's Broadbeach 70 leading Sherwood 50.
Well, 20 points the margin between Broadbeach and Sherwood. Very interesting game. And again, that sort of late attack on the player without the ball after he's kicked it has been a little bit evident.
Been busy, Carbone, this quarter.
He has been busy and he's been really good. Now, where's this kick going to go? He's going to decide to go long to the goal square. Packow was there. Looks like he's pushed forward.
Pierce, the big fist.
Pierce on the last line. And again, the likes of Smith, Packow down there now. Cameron's been a bit quiet this afternoon. He's been matched up pretty well. That ball's going to get thrown in. Danger signs for the Gorillas. Packow forces Pierce under the footy. That ball came out somehow. Speaking of Cameron, there he is. No look handball. Again, trying to get it back. The umpire's found a free kick, and it's going to go to the Gorillas. Looks like McGregor there. McGregor goes out wide. That's okay. This is Molan. Molan decides to play on. Handball over the top. Really nowhere to go. Ends up back in the hands of Molan. Decides to go long. Teammate was pleading to kick it to him. Didn't see him. William was good. It's got to be clean here. No on that occasion. But guess who? No one at home. Looks like Huddy. Yep. Huddy has taken that one across half back. The amount of rain he's done this afternoon, he's been brilliant. Huddy decides to go long. That ball's going to stay in. Good mark in the end. That was Westerberg. It's probably a better matchup, Westerberg and Smith. Unfortunately, they haven't got a lot of height down there, so he's been lining up on Hamilton more times than not. Definitely favour Hamilton. Good contested mark there. Bowles.
Yep.
He's been pretty solid this afternoon. They kick short. Finds a teammate in Pettigrew. Pettigrew, again, the short kicking's working for him at the moment. Lanthoy's now. Not quite sure where to go. On the middle of the ground. Decides to go long. Oh, what a grab by Richardson.
Well, that's what we've come to see. The youngster's got a nice leap, strong hands, a great pack mark over the likes of Williams. And as I said, I think he's a player that can kick multiple goals per quarter. And this is what we're going to see now, Kane.
Well, just want to have a look at this replay. Richardson goes up, third man up. That was brilliant attack on the footy. Williams had the front spot. And in the end, Richardson way too big, way too strong. He's already kicked one in this quarter.
This will tie things up, Kane.
Here we go to tie up the game. That's a good kick. Richardson, he's kicked 3 for the afternoon. And all of a sudden, that margin is all square, 61 apiece.
So the Grange, they haven't panicked. Redland's got themselves right back into the game, actually hit the front, but they've worked away and they've just wrestled ascendancy back their way. And now starting to look really effective inside forward 50, just getting it down there. And the athletic Richardson, which you spoke about, the young lad playing for the Allies, here in senior footy, taking a mark 3 deep.
Well, and again, he's so dangerous as that key forward, isn't he? I mean, as good as he is, he can go into the ruck, he can pinch in the ruck, but you'd much prefer him to be playing that key sort of centre forward role and attacking the ball like that and getting full benefit out of it. That clearance, who's going to get it? Looks like it could be Wilston Grange. Oh, it gets absolutely crunched. That's got to be holding the man. Yes, it is. Carbone a little bit too aggressive on that occasion, and Lanthor's gets a free kick.
Been a great battle between these two lads.
He's been good in this third quarter, though, Lanthor's as well. Matheson, not the best of kicks, but still good enough to find a teammate. He better go back an inch. No, that's 50, is it? Yes, it is.
Oh.
He ran about 2 metres closer and then didn't come back. But the third time the umpire gave him the warning, way too late, and sets up McGregor, who's probably going to be about 15, 20 metres out directly in front, Jack.
Yep. Well, McGregor's a real pinch hitter. Sometimes I've seen him play ruck, I've seen him play back, I've seen him play forward. A real utility. And the chance now, as I said, to put the Gorillas in front.
Well, they were a goal behind. All of a sudden, that they could have gone bang, bang. And they have. Had to make the goal umpire work, but it's definitely all clear. So McGregor's kicked his first of the afternoon.
So Coach Maloney, as good as young Richardson's been, they've had 8 different goal kickers. They've had a good spread across the course of the day. McGregor kicks his first, as you said. But Rooks kicked 1, Bowles, Manley, Dirksen, Pearce, McGregor, Matheson. So it's been a great spread along with Richardson's 3.
You got some midfielders chiming in as well with those goals as well. When you can have your midfielders kick the odd goal or two, definitely helps. And then the likes of Richardson again, who they haven't listened to me. He's back in the ruck against Packout. Oh, look at Richardson get up. Got up real high, got the tap out, straight to Matheson, who got the handball out. That kick to the goal square. Who's going to win this? Ball comes to the back. Stella dives on the footy. That kick off the ground could be all clear. Yes, it is.
I think that, again, that goal was Zach Dirksen. Again, it might have been a soccer off the ground. We'll see if we can get the replay, Kane.
Let's have a look at this. Now, that ball got over the back. Great work there. Stella tried to put the pressure on, and you're definitely right, Jack. He got another one on the board.
Zach Dirksen kicks his second. And again, as you said, Kane, that clearance out of the middle there. Richardson goes into the ruck. It's been a really good battle. The strength lies with Lamana Packout, but the reach and athleticism sits with Richardson, so he's able to jump over the top and win that footy.
Jump over the top. He just about jumped on Packout's head there trying to clear that ball. And it was, and again, it was the tap ruckman work, wasn't it? He didn't punch the ball clear. Tapped it straight down Matheson's throat, who got that clearance. Great effort there. All of a sudden, 12 points of margin in favour of the Gorillas. Back into this third quarter. Ball gets to centre half forward. That ball's going to get locked up. Danger signs for the Sharks once more at the back end of the quarter. 26.5 minutes played. 73-61 in favour of the visitors. That ball launched towards that forward pocket. No one can get clean possession. Ball rolling towards the boundary line. Somehow the Sharks end up with it. And finds Packout at centre half back. Handballs it to a teammate. He's got a bit of an outside runner there. Not the best of kicks, but that's okay. Kick up the line's a good one. Can they go untouched? This is Aston. Finds Hamilton.
That was great work by Aston. He really put the jets on and ran hard across the middle of the ground, got into some space, was able to win the footy, take a nice mark, and then just a nice hit-up lead to the dangerous Hamilton. So this would be a good answer back by the Sharks if he can kick this one, just to keep him right back in the ball game.
And that's been the difference, hasn't it? They've been able to drop their eyes, the Gorillas, going inside 50, and the Sharks have been forced to go longer for the likes of Hamilton, who's been outnumbered a number of occasions. Got the mark there. That kick on goal, is it going to be... No, missed just to the left.
Yeah, Miller's work off half back them. Scotty Miller
Miller was the one.
He flicked it out wide, it created some space, and the hard work ethic by Aston to get into some space was good work. But they let off the hook. Grange will take it away again through Matheson.
Matheson now bypasses the likes of Richardson and Packout. This ball gets over the back. Got to be good here, the Sharks. Handball over the top. This is Aston. No look handball. That's okay. Unfortunately, couldn't stay in the field of play on that occasion. Was Hamilton, who's had a pretty solid afternoon down back. Found his way up the ground a little bit of times to create that extra number.
Aspley back in front, 44 leading Surfers 42. So
Oh.
nail biter out there at Graham Road.
Jeez, juicy game. And Service Paradise would be super keen to win that contest this afternoon. That ball's dribbled forward. Juggling. Can he get clean possession of the footy? No, he can't. Weecher is on the last line again. Baker. Up and under kick. Guys are going to attack the footy, and they do. O'Sullivan punches the ball back inside. Great kick towards Hamilton.
Johnson once again, Kane. Again, won that footy. He's kicking inside forward 50 today. He's been great. Just needs a bit of time and space, and then Hamilton can do the rest.
Jeez, he almost had an opportunity to go for goal there, Johnson, but he saw Hamilton in the corner of his eye. Great work, good kick. Hamilton, you're not going to stop him there. And he's lining up for goal number 5. Comes in, right foot, kick. That's there. That's goal number 5 to Hamilton. And again, the margin closes again, Jack.
Well, we've got a ripper. This is a great game. Two of QAFL's leading clubs this year, both fighting it out. Both would like their chances of playing off in the grand final again this year. And they're really bringing it today.
And definitely putting their hand up for the state game next week, Jack. Not quite sure what their team's going to look like come closer to the game, but there's definitely some guys pulling their hands up this afternoon, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Lee Harding and the selectors will be getting together on Sunday morning and then just having a really good close look at the squad, getting all the injury reports and going with a fresh squad against a strong Tassie team.
Well, just under 30 and a half minutes played. A few goals kicked in this third quarter, so we might have a bit more time here before 3-quarter time. Pearce says, get out of the way, pack out. That ball's mine. Ball gets pushed towards half forward. The Sharks are first onto it, though. No look handball. Finds O'Sullivan trying to keep the ball in, which they do. Good clean possession. That was a brilliant handball over the top. Kick inside 50. Third man in. Kane in front was Westerberg. That ball's not going to go over the boundary line. Now it does.
Great work by Jakey Chapman. He's run out of the back pocket all the way into forward 50. Had a few touches of the ball and then kept back in his play as he makes his way back, the long journey back in defence.
Well, that place where people fear to tread, being that dropping into the hole in front of the likes of Hamilton. Got to be a brave man to do that. And they've done it a number of occasions this afternoon, Wilston Grange. Packout got to the front. That could be a free kick. Or are they going to throw that ball back in? Yes, they are.
Yep, of course, Bradman's Windows and Doors, who are great sponsors of the umpires. Our boundary umpires, Alex Donahue and Cooper Rain today.
Well, the umpires have done a really solid job this afternoon. That ball's going to get thrown in. That's a better one. Pearce got the tap out, looking for Murdoch. Ball gets forced over the boundary line once more. Just under 32 minutes played. Now,
Umpire saying is it out on the full or a free kick?
it's going to be, no, it looks like just got a toe on it. which is an interesting one. So the ball's in the hands of Mills. Jackson Mills been pretty good this afternoon across half-back as well for the Gorillas. That's not a bad kick down the line. Plenty of numbers around this ball. Unfortunately, Thompson couldn't get clean possession. That ball gets pushed over the line once more.
Maroochydore 80 leading Labrador 50 as we go around the grounds, and Palm Beach 36 trailing Morningside 70. So a couple of big scores going up there as we're moving into the last quarter.
Jeez. Very interesting contest all around the state this afternoon. There's good pressure laid there by the Sharks. Another stoppage. So a little bit of time here for both teams to take a bit of a breath. Just under 33 minutes played. Wilston Grange leading by under a goal. So game's perfectly set up for the final quarter nail-biter situation. Mind you, Wilston Grange, Baker decides to play on, gets instantly tackled. GAWN gone. Sorry to Chris Yendi for stealing his limelight, but I had to use that one. Good rundown tackle in the end. And that was Hamilton again on that occasion, I believe.
Yeah, great kick out of the pack by Rosenbrock, and a chance there for Baker, but he was run down by a desperate defence from the Sharks.
As William launches that ball down the line, looking for Smith. Good contested mark there. And that's Mills again, right on three-quarter time, about 130 metres out. He's not going to go for goal. Decides to just chip it back to the umpire. And Jack, it's perfectly set up for a final quarter nail-biter between these two. Wilston Grange leading by 5 points, 73 to Redland-Victoria points, 68. Maybe just quickly go through some goal kickers.
Yeah, for Redland-Victoria points, 5 to Hammelman, then 2 to Dylan Smith, then 1 each to Brown, Cameron and Johnson. And as for Wilston Grange, 3 to Richardson, 2 to Dirksen, Zach Dirksen that is, and 1 to Rook, Bowles, Manley, Pearce, McGregor and Matheson.
Well, ladies and gents, we'll be back for final quarter QAFL action here. Anyone's going to win this game. We'll be back after the break.
I love the fact the sun goes back.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For round 11 QAFL action, we're in for an absolutely brilliant finish between these two sides this afternoon in the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks and the Wilston Grange Gorillas. My name's Kane Brown. Still joined in the commentary position by Mr. Jack Barry. And Jack Barry, again, that back end of that third quarter, Wilston Grange started to dominate.
Yeah, it was a tale of two halves in that quarter. Redland-Victoria coming out of the blocks and had a really good start, and then Wilston Grange got this indice. So it goes in waves, doesn't it? And they're able to capitalise. So 73 plays 68. This game is set to be a cracker.
The first goal this last quarter is going to be ridiculously important for whoever can kick it. Matheson has just been going along nicely in the first three quarters, accumulated the ball a number of occasions. He hasn't taken the game by the scruff of the neck yet. We were talking about a three-quarter time. Can he just unleash in this last quarter and get his team over the line? Matheson in the middle of the ground, but you got Huddy and Pearce again. Pearce has been really solid for the Gorillas. Matheson got the handball out. Gorillas get the clearance to centre half forward. Plenty of holding. Play on, says the umpire. Advantage paid. Good kick. And that was way too easy, Jack, on that occasion.
It was, and it was Dirksen once again takes the mark, but we saw Matheson, great handball out to Martin, who clears that footy forward, and then a nice kick inside forward 50, and Dirksen lines up for his third.
Well, Dirksen, can he kick that all-important first goal this last quarter? Plenty on the line here, 45 seconds played to increase the lead. Comes in, right foot kick. That's all clear. Dirksen, goal number 3 for him.
Yeah, the kick by Rook going inside forward 50 was beautiful, and then he did not have to break stride, did he, Kane? And he kicks the first, so that's a great start to Brett Maloney's team as the Grange move further a lead. What's that, 11 points?
11 points. So, a straight kick. 2 straight kicks would get them home, the Sharks. They might need another couple. They don't want to slow down here, the Gorillas, and try and go defensive. That's not going to work for them. They've got to keep attacking when they can. But I tell you what, if they can manage to kick the next one, all the pressure's going to be on the home side. Here's a chance. Look at that. That's the clearance we were looking for. Martin to Rosenbrook, I believe, and Rook is there along the lines again. Rook's got it now. Handball back in board. They've got the extra number. Matheson, left foot kick. Found a teammate. Not sure whether he was going for goal, but he finds a teammate right on the boundary line. And it's Dirksen again.
Some important possessions by Martin, by Matheson, and now Dirksen.
Dirksen, right foot snap. Look at that for a finish. The Gorillas have gone bang, bang to increase the lead from three-quarter time. And all of a sudden, the Sharks are right under the pump.
Well, this has been a great response to Wilston Grange. But as we've seen today so far, Kane, the game has gone in moments and memento. So they just need to get hold of the ball. They need to try and win this next ball out. They need to stop the influence of Martin and also Matheson, who just had some key possessions in the first 2 minutes of this last quarter.
Well, Rosenbrook was good as well in that centre clearance as well. Just gave that little handball off. And Matheson came back on the left foot. I thought he was going for goal, but you could just see his head turn slightly left. Found the teammate in Dirksen on the boundary line. Hit the target. That was a great finish in the end by Dirksen. Pearce got the tap out. Instantly lays the tackle as well on Reeves, who has been a little bit quiet. He's been trying to do some work on Matheson. Bit of a tagging role, so he hasn't had a lot of the ball himself. Matheson again got the handball out. Baker kicks back inside 50. No one at home. Ball got over the back. Instantly gets tackled there by Chapman. And the umpire says on the ball. Okay, that's an interesting one. Chapman kicks the ball back to a teammate on the last line. Decides to play on. Kicks the ball long. That ball got over the back, rolling towards the boundary line. Numbers are with the Sharks. Can they keep it in? No, they can't.
They've plenty to play for here. They just need to work their way forward.
Well, they've got everything, nothing to lose here, the Sharks. They've got to start attacking. They've got to win possession of the footy first, though. That's a bit of a shepherd off the ball. Play on, taking advantage. Looks like it was O'Sullivan. Looking for Hamilman. Could have got top of the hands. Cameron's there as well. Baker's back there. Got the ball on boot. Got to attack the footy here. And does. Brings the ball to the front, but the numbers are with the Sharks. Looking for a teammate up forward. Hamilman. Cameron. Hamilman. No. Can't keep it in. Right forward pocket. Out of bounds.
Yeah, the big fist over the top there by Harry Wilson, just trying to kill that ball. Get some reinforcements forward. Big chance here now for Redlands. They want the next one.
Can't give them an easy one here, the Gorillas. They've been under the pump all day.
Let's watch Johnson.
Johnson has been very dangerous in these spots. Ball gets over the back. Snap on goal. Just off the side of the boot.
Well, that was Peterwood.
That was Peterwood on that occasion. So, minor score. 5.5 minutes played. Massive outcome to come from whoever can win this contest this afternoon. Huddy gets to the front, takes a solid contested mark in front of Pearce. Gets called to play on. Could have given away 50 there. To the goal square again. That punch clear over the boundary line. And looks like that was Westerberg on that occasion.
Good big fist there by Westerberg. Again, takes that ball out. Get the reinforcements down there.
If you're going to be the third man up, you've got to impact the contest. Clear that ball. Don't give them any opportunity with some room to move. That ball gets over the back again. Handball back in board. That forced kick is going to go out of bounds. Yes, it is. So good defensive effort there by the Gorillas.
Yeah, Bailey Reeves having a shot there, but under pressure.
Wiedera decides to go out wide. That's okay. Ends up in the hands of Wilson. They've really stepped up this backline group from the Gorillas since quarter time. Wiedera ends up back with it. Now, where's this next kick going? Again, decides to go short. Again, short possession. Wiedera again, smothered off the boot. This is where it lies. You turn it over, you could be in trouble. That kick towards goal, rolling, it's there!
Bustling Billy Johnson once
again. That was Johnson again.
Yeah, he's having a great day today. He's had, as I said, he's had a lot of influence inside forward 50 today. He's with goal assists and also goals himself. He's kicked his second.
Gonna have a look at this again. Look at that. Just rolling. Couldn't get there in the end was Westerberg. And a great finish. He's been brilliant this afternoon.
Just gets that down to that hot spot. And fortunately for him, the ball kept rolling and there was no one in the goal square. He was able to score a goal. But they're not out of it. This team played off in the grand final last year. They've got plenty of pride. They want to be there again this year. So they're going to fight this right out to the end.
Well, it was the prelim final. And considering the effort the Gorillas made against upsetting Broadbeach the week before, they pretty much run our legs going in that prelim final with the Sharks having that sort of a bit more preparation time for that big prelim final. As again, the Sharks are on the attack once more. That kick inside 50 is pretty good. Ball gets to the hot spot. All the pressure on the world. Smith is there for the Sharks. Couldn't get clean possession. Got his head taken off, says the umpire. So that's going to be a free kick going to the Sharks.
Looks like it's Smith once again, Kane, and full credit to Phil Cass. He's thrown the magnets around today, hasn't been scared to try things. He's thrown Daniel Annabelle into the middle there. He wins that clearance, and all of a sudden Smith lines up for goal number 3.
Well, we talked about the first couple of goals of the quarter. The Gorillas needed to kick them. They went bang, bang, and all of a sudden we could have a similar situation. The Sharks answering back. Smith. Every kick is important from this point on. Made the umpire work. too far, unfortunately. Minor score, missed opportunity.
It's a big one.
That's a massive miss.
Just to have the momentum, so hopefully they can bounce back straight away from Redland-Victoria points point of view.
Lantoys, that kick to Richardson. He's been brilliant this
Yes,
afternoon,
yeah.
Richardson.
Yeah, always hurt himself by the looks.
I think he might have just got. He landed a bit awkward. Well, he's going to take his kick. Decides to go short. Gives that plenty of air time, but that's okay.
His aerial work's been outstanding today. As he makes his way off the ground, looks like he might have rolled his ankle a little bit.
Rosenbrook now. It'll be massive if they lose Richardson at this point of the game. They've got a little bit of room to move. Instantly got run down. Runs into trouble. Got the handball out. Somehow, some way. The Sharks have got the numbers though. Here's a chance to attack on the rebound. Murdoch's there for the Sharks. That kick into the middle of the ground. Smith. They've got the overlap going here. Here's a chance. Kick inside 50. Hamilman.
Lovely play. He likes to dominate that side of the ground, Hamilton. It's a great kick to advantage. Again, he's very hard to stop on the lead. And it's a good, nice mark and a chance now to bring it within 3 points by the champ.
This game has had absolutely everything, ladies and gents. Hamilman, line up for goal number 6, would you believe? 11-10 to 13-7. Here's a chance. Kick towards goal. It's there. Goal number 6 to Hamilman, and all of a sudden that margin's been pulled right back again, Jack. 3 points of margin in favour of the Gorillas.
Again, great defensive work there by Redland-Victoria point. They caused that sort of turnover. They were under pressure. Has that whistle gone behind play? Not sure what it is. Ball's coming back there. They sort of won that ball through the middle. Smith gets the footy, and again, a nice kick out wide to the leading Hamilton, who, as I said, very hard to stop under there. So we've got a 3-point ball game. What do we play at 11-minute mark of the final quarter? Kane Browning, what a ripper.
Geez, well, this perfectly sets up next week, that state game between Queensland and Tasmania. But we're concentrating on this contest between these two. Redland-Victoria Point definitely need to get another win on the table. And the Gorillas as well in similar situation. That ball gets held up right in the middle of the ground, so that's going to be recalled.
Jack Manley's moved on to the ball, as well as Mills for the Gorillas.
And it looks like
Fighting his way out.
Miller's in there too. That's Pierce. O'Sullivan, again, been a little bit quieter than what we're used to since quarter time. That ball comes to ground. Good tap on play. Lost his footing there, though. That's gone.
Yeah. He had the chance to get rid of it. He looked to change his mind and was quickly set upon.
Wiederer on that occasion got run down. Here come the Sharks again. Is Hamilman there? That's not the best of kicks. And that's Bowles on the last line. Bowles out wide. That's okay. This is the danger man, Dirksen. Got 4 on the board, kicks it up the line. The likes of Martin. This is where they're important. Munn down the line to half forward. I don't think William has taken one intercept mark this afternoon. That forward line's been brilliant this afternoon trying to bring that ball to ground. Handballs over the top to Chapman. Decides to go long. Bypass Cameron. Hamilman tapped the ball to himself. Here's a foot race. Brown heading towards the boundary line. I don't think it's going to stay in. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. And Brown gets poleaxed.
Oh, he might have done a.
Oh, no.
This is Buster Molan.
Oh, no.
One of their juniors for the club for a while. He's down with potentially could be a knee injury. Let's have a look.
Now, he's running towards the boundary line. Oh, slips. The knee gets caught underneath. And instantly goes for that right leg. He's in a lot of pain.
So there'll be a bit of time out here, Kane, and a chance for both teams to regroup. We see the score, what is it, 85-82, so the momentum is probably with the Sharks at the moment.
Oh. Gee, that looked really bad though, didn't it, Jack? Yeah. It's a bit hard to see from this position, but when you have a quick look at the replay, that right leg twisted awkwardly underneath him.
He's in good care there. We've got the trainers there right on the spot.
And Brown was chasing him down. It was nothing untoward from Brown, but just lost his footing, and that leg definitely went in a direction it definitely isn't supposed to.
He was probably happy to see the ball go over the line and out of bounds, but you've got to be careful. You've got to sort of disguise that, don't you? You just can't let it happen, or I'll say deliberate. So he ducked his to turn in. He's standing up.
Geez, when the foot plants and the foot stays and everything else starts going in other directions, you're in all sorts of trouble. Looks like they're looking to get him off the ground.
I think they'll just take him to the change room, so I don't think he'll take any further part.
Nah, he's gone. Definitely given that signal. So, good idea. The gate is right there. Great sportsmanship from Brown. He got over to him, gave him a tap on the back.
Yeah.
Make sure he was okay.
He wants to go to the bench and finish the game off and watch his teammates.
Oh, well, he's been pretty good since quarter time as Molan down back.
Yep.
A little bit short-changed down there, so here we go. You got Westerberg and Hammelman. Westerberg got the tap out. Brown overran it. Snap on goal towards the goal square. Got to attack the ball here. What a mark! Oh, don't give it away, boys. It's 50.
Well, again, it was Johnson's kick, and then Carbone's take a really strong mark. He kicks a goal, and the momentum's back with the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks.
Jeez, just want to have a quick look at that replay, Jack, if we can. Now who was it? Westerberg. They gained in the face of Westerberg, and they called it 50. Carbone played on quickly, got the goal in the end, but I think it was Westerberg just yanked the bloke off the ball and took him to ground. Didn't have to do it. Bit of frustration. Umpire was right there, gave away the 50. He was already about 10 metres out directly in front anyway. That was a great mark by Carbo too.
Well, Wilston Grange sitting fourth. Redland-Victoria Point trying to get back into another grand final, sitting sixth, and they're up by 3 points.
I've lost track of all these lead changes this afternoon. I reckon we've had over 20 this afternoon, Jack, in the 3 and big quarters. Good tackling pressure there from the Gorillas. So all of a sudden, the pressure is back on the visitors. Can they answer back here? Get another goal on the board, get that lead back. Matheson desperately to keep possession of the footy there.
Can't see if Richardson come back. I know he left the ground with a bit of an ankle injury or concern, so I don't know if he's back on the ground. So that might be a bit of firepower they've lost up forward if he hasn't.
They're definitely in need of the likes of Richardson. This is where Pearce and Matheson got to stand up. Pearce on that occasion. Ball gets over the back. This is Thompson. Again, the pressure comes. Campbell Aston has been pretty good all day. Handball to no one. Suicide handball there. Instantly gets claimed. Had no opportunity. So again, the Gorillas been able to lock it up at half forward.
Yeah, locked it up. I think he's looking for the give and go, but he was wrapped up there by Manly under extreme pressure.
Pearce and Huddy. Pearce got a second look at it. That kick inside 50. No one can get clean possession of the ball. On the last line's Chapman. He's been solid down back this afternoon. Handball back inside to Aston. Aston finds Smith. Steps back inside. Play on, says the umpire. Kicks up the line. That ball's not going to stay in.
Sharks have lifted. There's no question about it. They're in a good position. They're 3 points up, but they just look like they've just got that bit of ascendancy.
I remember the grand final replay, Jack, where they were well on top of the two-time reigning premier and got run down in the end. So this is the perfect situation. Can they find a way to stay in front and win this game? Huddy and Pearce again compete. Matheson's going to be first onto this one. Handball's over the top. Attracts the two. Tried to push off Huddy. Play on, says the umpire. Huddy, unfortunately, intercepted and then kicked down the full. I don't know what people are thinking. You find the biggest man on the ground, you decide to get up in his face and do the old push and shove. Huddy looked at him like, mate, you're a midget compared to me. What are you doing even trying to push me around? As play continues, bowls across half-back. Decides to go backwards. They can't spend their time going backwards, though, the Gorillas. They've got to go forward. That ball bounces off the chest. O'Sullivan ends up with it. But again, the Gorillas turn it over. Can they find some space here in the middle of the ground? Cameron's there for the Sharks. Cameron runs inside. What a goal!
Well, he hasn't had a massive influence today, but what he does well. And all his experience there, he ran onto that ball, was able to butter up, pick it up nicely all in one motion and put it through.
That pickup was brilliant. One touch, takes a couple of steps, right foot kick. Never going to miss from that opportunity. And all of a sudden, Redland-Victoria Point just about got their biggest lead of the day, I'd say.
Yeah,
9 points.
Yeah, just that pressure around the packs by Redland-Victoria Point caused a bit of a turnover, caused a bit of a fumble, and they were able to get the ball back and make the most of it. So 94 plays 85. We're coming up to the 20-minute mark of the final quarter, so it's all to do now to Wilston Grange.
Well, this is about the time in every quarter that the Gorillas have come back on multiple occasions. Can they do it in this last quarter? Looks like that ball's going to get recalled.
You've got Rosenbrock, you've got Martin, you've got Matheson and Pearce for Wilston Grange. Can they do it?
Well, that ball gets thrown up again. Unfortunately. Oh, and Matheson, got to be careful here. Don't give him too much grief.
He's picked him for throw, I think. That was the clearance they needed. So they need to regroup.
Yeah, that ball, play on. Pearce was on the mark. Again, that is silly. Westerberg went up 30 seconds before the ball got there, slammed into Hamilman's back.
I'm not sure if he propped and then he just ran into the top of him. But
he was nowhere near touching that ball. And all of a sudden, in the space of a few minutes, the Sharks have opened up some opportunity. And here's another chance. They're going to break the 3 figures if he's gives this a straight kick. Comes in. Hamilman. Goal number 7. It's there.
Well, their 2 key forwards, Hamilman with his 7th goal, and we just saw Clay Cameron before that. They stood up in the first term, didn't they, Kane? And then they've just, the last 2 minutes of play, they've done it again.
Jeez, it's been a real arm wrestle, hasn't it? All afternoon, in all honesty, in the space of about 3 minutes, a bit of an ill discipline from the Wilston Grange Gorillas, and all of a sudden, it's turned into a 15-point lead.
Well, you know, I get that sometimes it's, you know, it can be frustrating, but you just have to play the umpire's whistle. You just need to adjust straight away and get back onto it because you've got to get that ball back in your forward 50 and back under your terms, and you can't get too frustrated, otherwise those goals come.
Well, in the second half, that right end of the screen is all of a sudden it's switched, hasn't it? It was the left-hand side of the screen. Speaking of left-hand side, here come the Gorillas. O'Sullivan's there. Look at the numbers working their way back for the Sharks. Miller's in there. O'Sullivan's in there. Campbell Aston, they decide to bypass him and find Reeves. He's had a pretty good last quarter, is Reeves. Reeves goes down the line. This is about maintaining possession now. Cameron. All of a sudden, look at that for a kick. Oh, couldn't find a teammate in Smith though. That kick's going to go out on the full.
Yeah, decided to kick. Probably a handball would have been a little bit better if he could have. That was
Lanthor's by the looks of it, that kick off the boot. And Hamilman, I reckon he ran 40 metres to get possession of this ball. He was nowhere near it. The umpire's given it to him. Just off of screen here, so it's probably about 60 out on the boundary. No way. No way! You are kidding me! Hamilman, goal number 8, and that's the best of the lot of them, I tell you, Jack.
What a magnificent goal by a magnificent player. He's going to go down as one of the greats of Queensland footy. You know, he stood up in the big moments today, hasn't he?
Oh, what?
They needed, the game was in the balance. He's just kicked his 2nd goal, I think, for the term.
And again, those middle quarters, he was a bit restricted. They were getting some spare numbers back to get in the hole in front of him. But I tell you what, the first and fourth quarters, he has been brilliant this afternoon, Hamilton.
Yep, this has been a masterclass last quarter by Redland-Victoria Point. Plenty to like about Wilston Grange's game today, but they'll be disappointed with how it's just starting to pan out. But I'm sure they can bounce back.
Oh, here comes Huddy. Can he find Hamilton again? Cameron was there. Ball got punched clear. Martin. Handball to Bowles. And again, it's almost the perceived pressure now for the Gorillas. The Sharks getting a bit of run and carry towards the back end of this game. Finds a spare man inside. Cameron again. Finds a teammate. Handballs backwards. That kick towards Hamilton. In the goal square. No, Brown was there on that occasion. And it was a 2-on-1. And the Gorillas won out on that occasion on the last line. Bowles was down there. Unfortunately, that kicks a shocker and finds Bailey Reeves. Bailey Reeves goes long. Again, Cameron was there. Might have been touched off the boot by the looks of it. So the ball's come to ground. They're going to be searching for Hamilton. Trying to get goal number 9. He's in the ruck at the moment. Ball rolling around. They're trying to clear through Martin. Baker's there as well. And again, so well set up behind the footy in these sort of situations, the Sharks. And Williams, well, give him a give him a compliment. They stuff it up. Williams' kick went about 3 metres straight to his direct opponent. That kick inside's okay. Ends up in the hands of McFadden, who's been a little bit quiet this afternoon. That ball's bouncing in the sandpit. Lanthois is there. Teammate finds possession of it. Here's the dangerous Dirksen. Kick inside. That could be a free kick. Play on. This is Bowles on the left foot. Is he going to be there? No. Geez, they needed that to go through. 106 plays, 86, 20 points the margin, just over 26 minutes played, Jack.
Yeah, it's been a great last quarter by the Sharks in home, in front of a big home crowd. They've been brave, Wilston Grange, but Redlands have had their measure in this all-important last term.
Well, as play continues, that was William. Kick-off one steps okay. Looking for Cameron. That little tap off the ground's okay as well. That was Weira. Again, kick back inside. This is Rosenbrook. Got to go quick. They need a couple of goals quickly. Good mark.
He's been great today, hasn't he, Dirksen? I think they've lost. I think they might have lost Richardson. I haven't been able to see.
I haven't seen him come back.
But Dirksen certainly stood up today, and he's lining up for goal number 5 himself.
Ooh. Well, you got Richardson's kick 3, Dirksen's line up for 5. 8 goals between those two. If this kick is straight, if there's any chance he has to kick it, and he hasn't. Another missed opportunity. They've had 2 in the last 30 seconds. 27.5 minutes played. 106 plays, 87 in favour on the home side. Stallard's got it now. Sides to play on, kicks up the line, finds Smith. He's been really solid this afternoon, has Smith.
He has, yep.
He's not the bigger body, but he's long limbs, good marking ability. Huddy plays in front, way too big and strong. He's been brilliant this afternoon as a big man. Decides to go long. Hamilton's down there. Great effort there on the last line. Westerberg punches that ball clear.
I mean, geez, Hamilton's going to walk away with 8 goals. Who knows, maybe even more. But, you know, he's worked hard today in defence. You know, I think he might have won one of their best and fairest in the ruck a few years ago. But, you know, he's playing different roles to try and get that right balance for his footy club.
28.5 minutes played. We'll have to go through the 3-2-1. Keep an eye on your 3-2-1, Jack. As play continues here, Cameron lays a solid tackle. Johnson's been brilliant for the Sharks in the second half as well. As Matheson gets taken high. So that'll be a free kick. Miller's done pretty well. Brown stands the mark. Finds Baker. Got to move the ball quick if you are any chance. 19 points the margin. Just a tick over 3 straight kicks. Huddy at the back. Clean possession. Got the handball off. Good tackle laid. Pearce launches a ball. No one at home. Richardson is back on the ground. Clearly limping. Ball gets pushed over the line. He's definitely favouring that leg, Jack.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good game. I thought he's played well today, and I'm not sure how long he was off the ground for, but certainly he's certainly given a target up forward and done really well in the ruck when he's had to go in there. He's not going to do the ruck work now.
No, you wouldn't want him getting a corky in that already sore leg. So that ball's going to get thrown in. Can they get a quick goal here, the Gorillas? Look at the numbers. Oh, Matheson got lucky not to give away the free kick. That ball back to the hot spot. Look at the numbers around this ball. Good luck getting some room to move there. Cameron with the tackle. Worked his way back. Rook was the one in possession of the footy. Ball gets thrown up again. They've got to kick the ball from this play here. No one get clean possession. Good tackle laid. Got the handball out somehow. Baker lays a tackle. Right on half forward.
Yeah, full credit to Phil Cass. As I said, he's been happy to throw players around. He's had a lot of players have a good look through the midfield today. They haven't been predictable in any way. The smaller blokes in Chapman and Thompson have been creative in defence.
This is Pearce. Can't get his hand on the footy. Manly instantly got claimed. You still got Baker. Look at Baker and Miller just having a crack at each other every second. Matheson. Speaking of Baker, here he is. Right foot check side to the hot spot. Got to play in front, boys. Way too easy to intercept. All of a sudden, Cameron finds himself at full back.
Well, Cameron's worked hard, hasn't he? He's had a good last term. He certainly stood up when it counted.
It's the unrewarded stuff that's been good from Cameron this afternoon.
Yep.
Stallard's there, bowls, punches that ball clear, instantly gets tackled. The umpire, thought he was going to call on the ball there. He seemed to have some time there, Bowles.
You're right, they just want Cameron to be able to make a contest. The ball hits the deck and then the smaller players you spoke about earlier, like Brown and Johnson, and that get their hands on it.
Johnson's been the one for me this afternoon.
Yeah,
The standout small around the ground. When they really needed someone to step up, he definitely did that. Pearce has been solid for Grange this afternoon. Plenty of holding there. Free kick's going to go to the Gorillas.
Manly.
Got to play on through Manly. Towards goal. Gets just over the outstretched fingertips. It might be too late though. Just a tick over 32 minutes played.
I've liked Jack Manley's game today. He's done a really good job coming back into the Gorillas lineup. As I said, plays a lot of VFL footy and does a good job out the lines. But he's certainly been influential today. He's kicked 2, and he's had his moments throughout the day as well.
Yeah, and again, they've been so good this afternoon, the Gorillas. You can't fault them at all for their effort. It's literally, it was that 5-minute period in that start of the last quarter, wasn't it? Where all of a sudden, the Sharks gone on a roll. So it went bang, bang, bang. Got that lead back, and they haven't really looked back since. Huddy, been brilliant for the Sharks this afternoon. Didn't really get a handball there. Was looking for Martin. Good tackle laid. Sharks going into attack again. The man of the moment, Johnson, got held up. 33.5 minutes played. Can't be too long left in this one. Huddy got the tap out. Pearce couldn't get his hands on it. That kick, smart kick. Looking for Smith. Instantly goes backwards. That looks like it was O'Sullivan. Launching towards goal. Perfect finish. Touched right on the line
Boy, Witra.
by Witra. Witra decides to go quickly. This ball's going to get over the back. No, it's not. Instantly gets claimed. Sharks get held up.
So this QAFL live stream by, you can follow all these QAFL games on the YouTube channel, thanks to Double Take Sports.
AFL Queensland on YouTube.
Don't forget our big state game next week, Kano.
Oh, I'm already in preparations, Jack. There's going to be plenty of research done during this week. Really, the last month is I've had one eye on that state game as play continues. Matheson desperately trying to get his team back in it. Oh, has he missed it? Yes, he has.
Probably had more time than he thought, Richardson. But
Richardson.
A great clearance by Matheson.
Just smart with the footy, isn't he, Matheson? You instantly, Richardson had the overlap. And again, had a amount of room to run into. He just couldn't finish it off. So it looks like Smith.
Had a good game, Smith. Been impressive as well. Works up and down the ground.
Well, good luck trying to pick your 3-2-1. There'd be probably a dozen players from each side this afternoon that have put their hand up. We can only pick 3, though. I've got about 8 names on either side of my sheet this afternoon that might be in with a chance. Not sure if I can look past Hamilman, though, with his 8 goals. That's 8 goals won, ladies and gents, so he's had 9 shots and kicked 8 of them. As play continues now, the back end of this game. Looks like the Sharks are going to be home. Gorillas desperately trying to get work done. Sullivan gets that clearance. How did Smith end up back down there? He was down back before. Looks at the umpire looking for a free kick. Play on, says the umpire. Ball gets pushed over the line. There's the siren. And what can you say, Jack? 23-point winners in the end to the Sharks. I'll let you go through some goal kickers.
Rightio, came for goal kickers for Redlands-Victoria Point. And Matt Hamlin, outstanding day with 8 goals. Then 2 each to Clay Cameron, Dylan Smith and Billy Johnson. Then 1 each to Todd Carbone and Josh Brown.